Hello, everyone. You guys are terrible. I like my elevator music. I hope everyone's doing good this evening. I know it's been a minute. I think it's been about 2 or 3 months. But this situation, thank you, Dagmar. You're so great. Thank you. Right? It's just nice and calming. Nothing, ridiculous. Okay, Hood, I'm going. I'm going. So yeah, it's been a minute, and I wanted to cover this topic, I guess, because it seems so weird to me. I was like, so there's really like a John Q out there who took matters into his own hands, or what's up? Did somebody set this up? Did he set his own death up? What's going on? Yes, Dusty. I heard that they found a backpack in Central Park. How ridiculous is that? Didn't he get shot or killed in Midtown Manhattan? The Hilton, one of those hotels. I'm about to read the article that I have, but I found that really weird that they found his backpack in Central Park and they found Monopoly money in there and what else did they find in there? They found something else in there besides the Monopoly money. It's 3:23 a.m. so I need to go to sleep on my side of the planet. Oh, okay. I hope you enjoyed yourself, Dagmar. It looked like it was a lot of fun. Yes, Dusty, full of Monopoly money. They had the funds and they had the motive. So, who is they, Denise? Who is they that had the funds and the motive? Because like I said, they're not labeling it like and I'm using John Q because I saw the movie and it was something similar in the sense that he went after the executives who did not want to cover his son's surgery. So I'm surprised nobody's calling it that. And it seems to me like the police, I don't know. It the way they're going about, investigating it seems funny to me. So I don't know. The CEO was unalive. They murder for okay. That's what some people were thinking. My conspiracy theory mind is thinking that, Denise. But I don't know. Or could it be because I know a lot of people were saying that they systematically deny coverage, like they're doing it on purpose. And we pay all this money into our insurance so that when we do need it for whatever comes up, especially if, let's say, you haven't used it in 3 or 4 years, you should, by the time you have to use it, you already put in a good, let's say, depending if you have a family, you probably put in a good 15-20K by that time, and you should be able to use it for what you need it for. Fulana la Cubana, hey, cuz, thank you for stopping by. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I didn't think I was going to have a big turnout. I only sent the link to a couple of people, so I wasn't sure if anybody was busy on a Saturday night to spend it with me to talk about what happened on December 4th. The person that he was about to snitch on had the funds and the motive. So he was going to snitch on somebody, but wasn't that like an annual meeting that he was going to? Since they said that there were going to be investors and stuff there, that's usually their annual meetings. A disgruntled customer most likely can't afford a murder for hire. Right. I would have figured they did it themselves because I don't know, Denise. It looked like it was an amateurish person who actually did it. And the type of firearm that the person used was something that had to be manually. I don't know how they put it. They had to manually do it again after they shoot the first bullet. I think Ramon could clarify that since he knows about guns. But the kind of gun that he used wasn't even like a good one. I think he shot him once, I guess, in the head and the other one in the calf or something like that. I put it in the above comments. Okay. The person that he was about to okay, he was about to testify in an inside trading case. It jammed that first. Oh, okay. But Denise, they said that he sold his stock. He sold like $15 million worth of stock. Now, considering that he's an insider, he was allowed to do it. He had to go through the papeleo to sell it, but it was legal for him to sell his stock. So I wonder if he knew that something more than likely was going to happen and he wanted his family to be okay, possibly. And that's why he sold his shares. I don't know what his insurance policy is looking like, but It just seems odd. It really does. I'm going to try to read an article now and then I'm going to show a video about it. He did because the stock was going to plummet due to the case. Now, Denise, since I started hearing about this yesterday, which is weird, I started hearing about this yesterday and it happened Wednesday. Was there news prior to all of this happening that United Healthcare was going to be, investigated or something like that, Dusty said the CEO got shot. The CEO who got shot invented an AI program to deny coverage over the top. Yes, I saw that to systematically do it. But I knew someone who worked for a healthcare company, not this particular one, who said that they kind of trained them to do that. I guess to give the insured the runaround with regards to coverage for certain things. I know that when I had United Healthcare, and that's around the time that I had my son, I didn't have any issues with United Healthcare. Actually, it was a positive experience when I had to go through, the what they covered and things like that. And at the end of the day, what they didn't cover wasn't anything monumental. So it worked for me, Let me see. Also, billionaires are selling their portfolios because we are going to get a big hit very soon. So they want to buy it at a lower price. Makes sense. United Healthcare is annoying as fuck. They keep sending my mother. Oh, really? You can call them up and tell them to stop sending it. I'm assuming you told them already. Or just tell the post office, to return the sender because, she no longer lives there. Oh, that's ridiculous. I hate when companies do that, especially after someone passes away. The issue here is that the person had to know where and when he was going to be alone to unalive him. And Denise, he was out and about really early in the morning in New York City. He's from, I think, Minnesota, something out in the Midwest. So I don't know. It just seemed very calculated, But they said that the shooter came from Atlanta and he took like a bus from Atlanta to New York City. So I don't know. It just seems really weird, You did call. Okay. Dusty said he got away in a city full of cameras and people with cell phones. Yes. Oh, Dusty, I got a video on the people who actually saw the dude. It's like, yo, you always, the newscasters always go to the wrong people when they're trying to say, did you see anything? It's always like the wrong people. But let me see if I can start with the article and then work my way up to the videos, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let's see if I can bring this up. Where did I put it at? Denise said how the assassin knew that he was going to be alone. That sounds like it was planned. Hit by a hired wealthy person. A broke customer would have gotten arrested already. True. The weapon wasn't cycling because it wasn't set up properly. The gun seemed to be a semi-auto pistol with a suppressor, but it didn't have the booster part that would have allowed it to cycle normally. So so that's what probably happened with the weapon. And then Denise saying that it would have been a professional. So a professional would have known to have a professional would have known to have a better gun. Oh, Dusty, you saw it? I know you were laughing when you saw that crap. It's ridiculous. They found clothes, so he changed. They said he had a Tommy Hilfiger jacket and Monopoly money. So what do you think? People are going to start running out to buy a Monopoly game now and some Tommy Hilfiger gear, Maybe it was an inside job. I'm thinking it could have been that, Jose, but still, it would have been, you would have hired a professional. I mean, this is a Fortune 500 company that would have had the funds to hire somebody to do it and do it right. He was not necessarily a pro, but he's still good at vanishing when detected by the cameras. And he left in one of those motorized city bikes. I'm like, what? So that's what I'm trying to say. It was no getaway car, a motorcycle. He left on a bike. He left on one of those that you got to use. Don't you got to use your credit card? I haven't been to New York in a while. Don't you have to use your credit cards to get one of those bikes? I'm like, how does that work? I see that it says Julio for Porterbro. No, Dusty, the two that I'm talking about, they weren't even Hispanic. They weren't even from the country. They were immigrants. Julio from Fordham Road. Unless they named him Julio from Fordham Road. New York's finest isn't that incompetent, even though some are questionable. Yeah. It was weird that he did not. Well, it was weird he did not some type of security. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, Jose. And he was walking around mighty early in the city. And I'm not saying that down in that area you can walk around early, but what was he going for? A bagel, the paper? Like, he would have had everything at the hotel. So why would he have left the hotel to go out that early for whatever, He probably used a stolen card or something else. But that's like traceable, Denise. Like, even if I don't know. I just think that you wouldn't want anything. I don't know. Those bikes? I don't know, Denise. It just seems odd. It's almost starting to sound like the people that went down to view the Titanic. It just sounds stupid. But let me read some of this article that I got from CBS News Online. Just a background on who Brian Thompson was and what happened. The crazy part is that they didn't even allow his kids to. Oh, that's true. Oh man, that's true. He probably used a stolen car or something else. If I had his money, I would have had some type of security. Exactly. Just like Trump's supposed to. He may have had gotten deleted as well. True indeedy. That's true, Blood Moon. So, the incident. Brian Thompson was the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot and killed outside of an entrance to the New York City Hilton in Midtown Manhattan, New York City, on December 4th. He was in the city to attend an annual investors meeting, right? So the annual meeting for United Healthcare Group, the parent company of United Healthcare. Authorities believe the attack was not random and are investigating it as an assassination. The shooting occurred early in the morning, and the suspect, described as a white man, fled the scene. As of December 7th, no one has been apprehended. I don't know what, like Dusty said, with all those cameras and everything. I don't know how they didn't. I don't know. Thompson was in New York for an annual healthcare group investors meeting, having arrived in the city on Monday, December 2nd, and on Monday, December 4th, 2024. So he was supposed to leave that day at around 6:45 a.m. as Thompson was walking along West 54th Street towards the New York Hilton Midtown Hotel that was hosting a meeting. He was shot by a man dressed in a light brown and cream-colored hoodie and armed with a suppressed 9mm pistol. While police have not recovered the weapon, they reportedly believe the shooter used a B&T Station 6 or Welrod, a pistol with an integrated suppressor, possibly acquired in Connecticut. This is a necessary manual cycling could explain the speculation of firearm experts who said that the gun appeared to malfunction with each shot. The killer waited outside the building for several minutes and shot Thompson several times from approximately 20 feet away. Wow, he wasn't even that far, striking him in the back and the right calf. Police initially said that the killer fled the scene on an Electric City bike. Electric City bike, Lyft, but that's City Bike's parent company, who later said that the NYPD officials retracted that claim. So they claimed that he left on the bike and then supposedly he didn't. So Thompson was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 7:12 a.m. The New York NYPD and Mayor Adams said that the attack appeared to be targeted killing and was not a random attack. So, I don't know. And he's survived by his wife, Paulette Thompson, and his two sons. The guy's long gone from the city, definitely. We are also discarding him as the person that hired the person to unalive him. Oh, we saw the bath and the freaking... we saw the bath and freaking Beyond jump off because of the company's bankruptcy, would have bankrupted his family too. Okay, so perhaps he wanted to leave his family with some money by the life insurance and suicide that would not be covered. That's true. Delta One, hello. Thank you for stopping by. How are you? it's weird, but I have some videos for you to listen to. You guys probably seen it already because there's so much out there. Um, let me see what this one is. Okay, I'm gonna play the one that I put a short on for that just describes what happened. You rub out a CEO and you skate off on a city bike without getting caught. That's what I'm trying to say, Dusty. And that was in Midtown. That wasn't the Bronx. That wasn't, in Brooklyn, like, by the bad areas. That was somewhere where you would, the police would be out there pretty fast because that's the nicer part of the cities, right? That's where tourists are at and stuff like that. So they take care of the people downtown, So it just seemed odd to me. But let me just play this video first for those of you guys who haven't seen it. I had uploaded this, I think, last night or early this morning.
The gunman who killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in a horror early morning shooting left behind a cryptic message at the scene, it has been revealed. According to police sources, the 3 words deny, depose, and defend were carved into the live rounds and shell casings, found outside the Hilton Hotel on 6th Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, New York City, where Thompson, 50, was gunned down Wednesday morning. Police sources confirmed the chilling message to ABC News and the New York Post, adding that 3 live 9mm rounds and 3 discharged 9mm shell casings were recovered from the scene. Several of the bullets were each inscribed with one of the 3 words they added. It is not clear what message the killer may have been trying to leave through the inscriptions, with the motive and the identity of the suspect still a mystery. The 3 words bear a striking resemblance to Jay Feynman's 10-book Delay, Deny, Defend, Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claim and What You Can Do About It.
So the bullets were encrypted. Like, okay, so it wasn't an amateur, right? So he took the time out to engrave the bullets like that. So you wanted to leave a message. I don't know. Why didn't you just put something else on there? That's really weird. Denise said this wasn't a brokey. If a person like you or me would have done this, we would have been incarcerated with a prison brace, a prison tattoo, and a prison bitch already, Dusty, and there you have it. That was the message. Yes, Fulana. So it's like, I don't know. That was really weird. And then what's even more weird is the way the public is handling it. And I don't know if this is how society is becoming today because of social media, but people weren't too bent out of shape that somebody, the 3Ds, yes, Cuban, people weren't bent out of shape that, somebody was killed in broad daylight. Like, okay, he was the CEO of United Healthcare, and I don't know, maybe just with the people who actually were insured by this company who had all these opinions on it. Like, it seemed like they weren't too bent out of shape that this happened to him, or just, they just acted like, they stepped on a cockroach or something, or, I'm going to play that video too, but it was crazy. I was not moved at all. Wow, Fulana. So society is getting so cold, like they just don't care. Hey, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by, and please hit that like button. But Fulana, so you wasn't moved at all. I guess that was the consensus of most people. Like, they just didn't care. Isn't a life, Fulana? Like, I mean, I know he wasn't related to none of us or anything like that, but don't you feel bad? He left some children and his wife, There are people low-key celebrating the hit. Yes, Ramon, and I have a video talking about that, so it's crazy. I'm only sad for the kids. Yeah, you're right, Denise. The kids, unfortunately, they're going to be the ones to suffer. People were ruthless in the news. Comments, yes, Dusty, and it's like people just don't care anymore. Even like when Trump got shot, like society today, I guess with social media and the way society can communicate with things that happen and stuff like what, okay, so had we not had social media and we found out in the news and through the newspaper and the news station that the CEO got killed, I guess we'd be sitting in each other's houses or talking on the phone like, yeah, you heard what happened, blah, blah, blah. It wouldn't have been such a mass, so many people saying at the same time like how they didn't give a shit, So I don't know. It's just messed up. Fulana said, yeah, life is a life, and healthcare system have denied many services. True. Delta One said the killer definitely stalked him for weeks, monitoring his movements. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, I'm a little sick and I had to cough. So Delta One said the killer definitely stalked him for weeks, monitoring his movements. His mistakes were allowing someone to see his face, buying something from Starbucks, and then leaving the backpack. Yes, 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 Delta One. That's what I'm saying. It's like he wanted to be seen. Is he playing like a cat and mouse game with the authorities? Like, he didn't seem too pressed. I'm gonna show you a picture of this dude. He was smiling. So I don't get it. If we are destroyed by our parents passing as adults, imagine little children on Christmas season. Yep. Yes, Denise. It's not going to be a good holiday for them. Dusty said, deny people with life-saving coverage, yet you expected to pay your premiums in full. Facts. And, United Healthcare, you wasn't getting that, unfortunately being on social services and something like that. So we work for that. So we know that was coming out of our check every pay period. Blood Moon said, this man is just not that important for people to care. I don't care. I heard the guy in the video with the backpack is the next super. Yes. Oh my God. Blood Moon. Yes, he's not bad looking at all. He has some women, willing to harbor him and hide them in their house. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's a little sickening though at the same time. That boy in City Island eating seafood. Oh God. God, Dusty. The assassin is probably in Dubai by now. He's definitely nowhere near New York City. I'm sure he's chilling, just watching the TV, like laughing at how these people, how the authorities are trying to figure out who it is. And they got, what I want to know is okay, I guess maybe they tracked down the bike, because how did they end up at Central Park? And Central Park is huge, Denise. How did they find that backpack? Like, that's ridiculous. You've been sick too. Yes, because Ramon, the weather, you know how Texas weather is, it's bipolar, so it changed pretty fast. So when it went from, like, I think the last hot day was like almost 80 degrees, then it got cold again, and here I am sick. So it's been about 4 days. I'm at the tail end of it. So yeah, I'm taking cough drops and stuff, but I guess since I'm talking so much, it's starting to irritate my throat. That's why I'm coughing. All he has to do is to change his nose, wear contacts, and he'll be okay in Dubai, right? Girl, they've been searching that park since day one. They even in the water. Yeah, I heard about the money they're spending to have people go in the water. They found a bag with clothes, and they found a bag with clothes in it, and the backpack. Cops have been looking everywhere. That's one. He may have left his DNA in the backpack, probably, right? Dude looks like Jake Gyllenhaal. Let me put on his the face, because I saw him and I was like, okay, he's not bad looking. Un momento. Look at that. He's cute. But in one picture, he looks like a woman. And then the other picture, he looks, I don't know, androgynous. I had to make it like a video. I'm sorry, guys. Is he cute or what, ladies? There's a lot of different colds and stuff going around. I've been sick for 6 weeks now back. Oh, no. Oh my God. I guess it's going to be hard to talk and give me a second. It's not pneumonia, Denise, but I heard what's going around. Well, then don't be looking at the other dudes. I get jealous. I'm sorry, Dusty. He looked good, though. The shooter was actually a good-looking man. The pneumonia part, though, Denise, they said that's for the people who got the jab. I didn't get the jab, so I'm not worrying about the walking pneumonia. So it's a Uruguayan tranny. Oh God, let me take my cough drops. He looks good with the hoodie, but who knows? That's true. He could have a, what do you call that? Half moon, a full moon, whatever the fuck you call that. Men that losing their hair. Rub some Vicks on it. I'm about to get Vicks, Denise. I know that'll help, but I'm taking my cough drops. God damn. Make yourself onion tea and drop. Oh, onion tea, yuck. I've been drinking ginger tea. I should have made a cup before I went live, though. Let me play another video. Let me play a video of the people that the newscasters asked if they seen the perpetrator. Dusty, shut up. The last couple of weeks, though, I wasn't going to make it. It was more of a flu. No, I don't have that.
He was here in this corner the whole night. Yeah.
Who was on the corner?
The guy who shot the guy.
The driver told me he was hanging around whole night waiting for the guy, the shooter, and he just inside the car waiting for him. Soon he see him, he just shot him. That's all I know.
What did they see? Come on now. What did they see? My abuela used witch hazel for everything. Oh, okay. So she wasn't the Vicks woman, huh? She used witch hazel? The parking attendant, right? God, I was going to plan on talking longer, but I think I'm going to have to drop the link so I can get a break within talking. Hopefully somebody will come up on the piano. God, there's all this talking irritated my throat. Hold on one second. I don't know, between Patel and the other guy, please. I've never heard that, but my Thea used Vicks onions in her sock. Onions in your sock, I definitely heard of. Maybe I'll do that tonight when I go to sleep. The onions in my sock, but onion tea, hell no. All right, so I titled that video with the two guys, the two dingbags that they actually went to interview to see what they saw, and the guy saw him sitting there all night. So you saw him sitting there all night, and then what? Like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. But let me play one more video. Do I have two more? One more, and then I'll drop the link. Well, you know what? This is what I like, because this comedian actually made a point of how insurance works and what should happen if we don't use our insurance. I think everybody saw this little skit right here. Fair use, because I know I'll probably get in trouble for this. Fair use.
Got to have some insurance. You got to. There's an insurance. They shouldn't even call it insurance. They should just call it in case shit. Like, I give a company some money in case shit happens. Now, if shit don't happen, shouldn't I get my money back?
Okay. I love that part. Chris Rock was actually talking about car insurance, but it's the same thing. Car insurance, medical insurance. If you don't use it, when I had United Healthcare, I didn't use it. I had it 3 years in, and I never used it, I think, outside of a regular checkup until I got pregnant. So it's like, they should give you your money back, or it should just cover everything. Hi, Irby. Thank you for stopping by. Dusty, our moms use that Vicks even as chapstick. Oh, man. That's like borderline abusive, Denise. That's borderline abusive. The Vicks up the nose, that was me back in the day with a piece of tissue, toilet paper tissue on your nose, hanging out your nose. Ramon, they've discontinued that one from many locations because folks use it as cocaine. You guys are ridiculous. Between that and all the, oh my god, all the other stuff that they have for us when we got sick is ridiculous. But I'm gonna drop the link. I wanted to wait a little bit longer. I don't even think I've been talking that long, right? I wanted to do it a little bit longer. All right, un momento. How long I've been live? A half an hour. I wanted to go on for like an hour, but you know, it is what it is. I was just thinking it was a John Q situation because when I first heard it, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, you know, there are a lot of people who have health care, have to get treatment, and sometimes life-threatening, you know, diseases that they'll have in situations, and these insurance companies will just say, oh no, we don't cover that, or we don't cover it because we only use this. Like when I had my surgery the last time I needed insurance and I didn't have United Healthcare, there was a procedure that I have done, and they said they didn't cover the instrument that the doctor was going to use during the surgery. And what they did cover was something that was like primitive, like they didn't even use anymore. Oh no, we don't cover that. We cover this. Like, you know, and the doctor was like, I haven't used that in over a decade. Like, you know, and they tried to get me with that. Like, okay, so the doctor's office said, when they said I needed the surgery, you know, their back office reaches out to your insurance, blah, 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 to see what they cover. When they got back to me, they said, oh, the insurance is going to cover everything. And then after I had the surgery is when the insurance company came back and said, no, they didn't cover that. They covered this. And, you know, so it was the papeleo back and forth for like a year, you know, letting them know that you guys had told me, you know, the doctor had told me that you guys covered it. And when I went back to the doctor's office too, they said, well, they told us that they would cover this. And then they came back and said they didn't cover this portion of the surgery. So it's like, you know, you're going back and forth with them. And somebody had told me that the doctors get paid anyway. Whatever portion that they claim that they don't cover, especially after the fact, the insurance company still pays the doctor anyway. And they come back to us like they're blow my nose. Shut up. I want to blow my nose too. You hear it? So yeah, so I don't know. It's like stressful, you know. I even had a coworker who has to have surgery, and the day before the surgery, the doctor's office called them and said, "Oh, your insurance company said they're not going to cover this." And this is the surgery that he said he really needs. So I don't know. I guess that's why to me it would have made more sense for it to be like a John Q person versus a professional hit. But I wasn't aware of what was going on with United Healthcare and that he was going to actually blow the whistle. So, but that's crazy. That he should have had protection, Denise. If all of that was going on, that he should have had protection. He would have known that something was going to happen to him. If he did this on his own, he must have planned it for a while, or he must have had big cojones. I know. When you give birth, they cover half at best of your birth experience, and you're stuck paying thousands of dollars. Not when I had United Healthcare, Denise, and they took my damn placenta. Oh, what? Give birth. That's why I took my damn placenta with me. You know, my mother was trying to tell me to take my placenta. I was like, you didn't tell me I should have took that. But had she told me, I would have taken it. But Denise, mine was 20 years ago, or 21 years ago, when I had my son. They covered like 95%. They covered everything. What my copay was, what I had to pay was nothing. It was less than $500. So they covered everything during my pregnancy, and I had a cesarean, and I had to stay in the hospital longer and all that. So people are cheering for the murderer. I have that video, Irby. It's crazy. Insurance pays your doctor to not refer you to the specialist. Yes, you need, or the studies you need. Yes. Yeah, on TikTok. They have the money to cover everyone, but they focus on big bonuses for themselves. Yes, this man Dusty made about how much did they say this man made? I am gonna have to blow my nose. Why did he mention that? I wasn't even thinking about blowing my nose. He made in 2023, Thompson earned a total compensation of $10.2 million. So he made hell of a good salary, you know? Denise, you're supposed to eat it to replenish it to your nutrients. Otherwise, the hospital sell your placenta. Yeah, they sell it and then they use it for you know, they use it for other things. They don't get rid of nothing. They always make money off of everything, but they don't give a shit. Kaiser is a thief here in California. I have the other one that people know that they're just horrible. Starts with a B. Who's gonna take the job next? Trust, there is no long line in waiting. Facts, Irving. They're gonna be like, well, you second in command. No. Unless you're gonna have 24-hour security with a 10 million, and they can't help a sick person in need. Well, that's how they stay rich. But the thing is, Dusty, like, even on an individual basis, right? If you paid into your insurance 30, 40, well, no, that's not even enough, because I guess to stay in the hospital for a week can cost you like $60,000. So I guess you'll never pay enough. I don't know. I don't know how the number, the dollars and cents go with that, but it's a scam. And insurance has been around since like since the Babylonian times. Like, they've had insurance for a long time. This thing so-called insurance, you know? Insurance don't have enough money to cover everyone, to be honest. Their business model is based on looking for loopholes to deny you, because they run into a deficit. Make me see, I'll make sure everyone and their baby mama gets coverage. Right, Dusty, but who's gonna pay the doctors? You know, like, I used to watch Little House on the Prairie, and I remember the doctor. The doctor used to get paid in chickens and fruit, like apples and shit like that. We need to go back to those days, or go to one of those curas, one of those shamans who come there with some herbs and shit, let them sprinkle it on you, and run a little chant and shit, and, you know, try to cure you that way and send you on your way. You give him, you know, some chicken or something like that. Like, you know, the doctors. To become a doctor, they charge an arm and a leg. And then when you become a doctor, you're paying all this money so you don't get sued. And then you make this crazy amount of money, you know, as a doctor, but then the insurance, I don't know. They all work hand in hand. And the only person that suffers is the actual the patient, the person, the consumer. You pay $424 monthly up into the atmosphere. We have no money to help the people. Okay, wait a minute. I'm reading too See, I'm sorry. You pay $424 monthly, and at some point you'll need $500,000 for chemo. Yes. You don't even pay that in insurance at all. That's true. If we can send rockets up to the atmosphere, we have money to help people. Oh, Dusty, that's I'm gonna talk about that in another stream, about the atmosphere. They look for a loophole to not pay for that chemo. Trust and believe. Denise, and then aren't the family stuck with the bills, Denise? If God forbid the person passes away, like, because they don't pay it, there's gonna be a portion that is not paid because they never cover it 100%. That just sounds horrible. They never cover it 100%. Hold on a second. Okay, good. I had the whole StreamYard blocked. I wanted to make sure nobody was sitting there. I guess nobody wants to come up here, so I've been sitting here choking to death. Yes, we do, Dusty, but the insurance didn't get that rocket money, so they'll scam you. I don't know. I don't know. This to me personally, I think that either it was a John Q person, or he took himself out based on what Denise said, the consequence or what he was going to do, and he would have known what was going to happen. He probably knew that he wasn't going to make it to get fined or get fired, which is what they usually do. They tell them to resign, and they fire them, and they leave with a package. So I don't know. I see rockets going up quite often here. That's right. You can see them going up where I live. Man, use that money for us. Insurance, you're stuck paying $300 deductible on Ozempic. Imagine a transplant. Shit. I don't know, Denise. I don't know. Let me play what these people were talking about. Hold on one second.
Not everyone is sharing their condolences online after the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. While politicians posted their sympathies on social media, some people took the opportunity to share horror stories of being denied coverage for medical care by the health insurance company, with some even expressing their approval of his murder. A Facebook post by United Health Group stated they were, quote, deeply saddened and shocked at the passing of our dear friend and colleague. That post garnered tens of thousands of laughing emojis. Comments had to be turned off, but that didn't deter people from sharing the post with statements like, quote, I would offer thoughts and prayers, but they are not covered as they are out of network. Or, like this one on Instagram, my empathy is out of network for this one. Others got more personal by sharing stories of denied coverage by United Healthcare. Quote, my uncle paid you guys for 22 years without missing a single payment, and then when he died, you denied his life insurance claim. You even had the nerve to cash a check from him the week he died. Scumbags. Sometimes you get what you deserve. United Healthcare insures over 49 million Americans, generating $281 billion in revenue last year, according to the AP. The insurer is notorious for denying coverage, deploying an AI tool that has an error rate of roughly 90%, according to a lawsuit filed last year. The NYPD is offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest and conviction of Brian Thompson's killer, a sum that one Blue Sky user protested, saying the reward, quote, isn't even enough to cover 1/9 of the bill we got for 28 days of radiation.
Dusty, me too. I didn't have any issues. I didn't have United Healthcare for that long, but I didn't have any issues. I didn't have any issues. It was I was upset when my company no longer offered it when it came back around to re-enroll for insurance. And they said that they would no longer use the United Healthcare. I was upset because I was like, oh, man, I didn't want to change. They banned Skittles. They did? 100% true. Every stupid policy takes place in Really? Mm-hmm. Denise said about Skittles. What Denise said about Skittles? That man had to be in my backyard. 10,000 isn't enough. California is crazy, Dusty. That's the worst place to be. And I heard that they charge you even to leave California. So even if you plan on moving, you got to pay a leavers. They're gonna make you pay a leavers tax. That's crazy. California is crazy. I don't even know how people. I don't know how people do it. You plan on staying in California, Denise? Go up in the comments. You'll see. Okay. Oh my God! Between trying to play these videos and coughing up a storm, I do have to blow my. Why he said I have to blow my nose? I gotta blow my nose. Por Dios. So people, the public is not upset about it. NYPD is scouring the city to try to figure out where this man is at, but he's no longer in this. Oh my God, you guys are here. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, right. You guys.
What's going on?
How are you? Thank you for stopping by.
You.
What's up, Cuban?
Shit, I'm at work.
You at work? Oh,
yep.
Man.
And just listening to you until I get off. And it's an interesting. I can't see too good. Introvert Boricua. What's going on, bro?
Hey, it's all good. How about yourself?
Yeah, just at work. It's bumpers.
All right.
So yeah, you said it was interesting. What's so interesting about it, Cuban? Tell me.
Well, I
tell me.
mean, the guy, he had a silencer. You know, this guy has a silencer. He shoots the guy. It looked, what was it, about 6 something in the morning, Midtown Manhattan. A lot of cameras out in that area.
Mhm.
I would definitely say this is just my opinion on it. So hold on, my fault. So they stated that the guy came from Atlanta on the Greyhound bus, right?
Yeah.
So he came, and I think he was there a week prior to his killing. That he kills the guy. So you know, this guy, he could have been just somebody who's tired of the shit. He could be
Because if he was there I mean,
sorry.
Brian Thompson was only there for 2 days, from the 2nd through the 4th. So he got there on the 2nd. He was going to leave out right after the meeting. So why did the shooter have to? I don't know.
I mean, maybe he got there early to check. In case he died, he wanted to go to a peep show on 42nd.
42nd Street. They like that anymore.
He wanted to go to the Glory Hole section. So maybe he just wanted to have some fun. In case he met his maker. Maybe I would think. If I was gonna do some shit like that, you're definitely gonna go and you're gonna scope out the fucking place. You're gonna watch shit. You're gonna watch people. You're gonna watch movements. If he got on the bicycle, Central Park. I mean, that's clear as day. It's very premeditated. He got into Central Park. Central Park's big. There's a lot of places you can hide. You can hide in the fucking bushes for a week. Nobody will find you in Central Park. I mean, there's a lot of places you can hide in Central Park. And then that location, you go to Connecticut, you go to Jersey, you go to PA, you can go to Canada. There's a lot of places you go. This guy could have jumped on a barge. He could have went to the ports, jumped on a fucking boat and went to Taiwan. Who the fuck knows? Like, he's out.
Out of the city, at least. Ramon, ¿qué tú crees?
Yes. Ay, chica. Era. This kind of reminds me this whole thing, what you're showing about the people that are complaining, the people that are not showing a lot of empathy or sympathy for what happened to the guy, and they're talking about their experiences with United Healthcare. It reminds me of this movie by Michael Moore called Sicko, in which he talks about how the insurance companies work and how they do people dirty that need help, and that have been always punctual with making their insurance payments and all. When they need help, that's when they start kind of like giving people the cold shoulder, and they treat the situation when somebody is really needing help just to survive, then they treat it as something that they have to defend themselves from. Actually, they actually hire lawyers as if they were accused of a murder to defend themselves, so they don't have to to pay a claim. I mean, there are insurance companies that do that. I mean, they're taking so many billions, as you just showed in that video, that they're taking hundreds of billions of dollars, and there is very little that they gave out in return. I mean, and they can play games, play legal games, so they can deny coverage on things, and that's something that can happen to all of us, even if we have a decent coverage from a reputed company. I mean, that can happen to any of us, and all of a sudden, for something that you need to survive, that you can get denied because it's too costly for the company. Even though they make billions and billions of dollars in profits every year. I mean, it's just some of these companies are run by people that don't have any real ethics, not morals, just greed. That's the only thing that motivates them.
And Ramon, before you even get to the legal aspect of it, when they're giving you the runaround as in the call center, you're practically in tears before you even get to their boss, while they're telling you how they're not going to cover anything that you actually need, or the majority of what it is you'll probably need. Like, I think I read somewhere where somebody said they give you, like, if you're in ICU, you're only allowed to be there for 4 days. What if you had to be there for 4 months? Like, they'll only cover 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe you wanna highlight Rican's comment as to how much United Healthcare made last year alone. That's just 1 year, 371 billion. I believe
crazy.
it. I believe it.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And the CEO, you saw what he made. He made 10 million. Like,
that's the CEOs. They make all that money, but they don't pay people in the lower rungs of the company. They don't pay enough, or they lay off people. But of course, the CEOs they get paid off very well. That's how that is. Greed again. It comes down to that. Yep.
I don't know. Ramon, it's horrible. It's freaking horrible. Like, and then so Denise said that he was gonna I guess be a whistleblower for what's going on, and I wonder what they're gonna charge them with, because if he had to testify, what was he going to testify towards? Like, are they gonna start getting? Well, I guess they would have been going bankrupt. When Google scares me. Google, it's made us dumb. It's made us dumb. I don't have to think about anything. I just Google it. How do I tie my shoes? Let me Google it. How do I change a light bulb? Let me Google it.
Yeah. Or look up a YouTube video.
Yeah, but those are the times that we're in. That's why I've become such a conspiracy theorist. And I'm going to, as soon as I get the link, I'm going to put it in the chat, because I got a conspiracy theory channel, Ramon, that I'm just like uploading videos on all this craziness that people are speculating on, that it seems like it's real. It's getting scary. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older now, and once you hit a certain age, you start thinking about life and death and this and that.
You think about you're thinking about your mortality. Is that what it is?
Yes, and then things that are going on, like are the powers that be putting things out there to minimize our mortality? Are they doing things, our foods, Ramon, healthcare, so if they say, okay, when you hit 50, you got to go get a colonoscopy, right? That's what they say.
I have been told about doing that for some time. I still refuse.
Prostate
exams, colonoscopies, prostate exams. I'm just putting that off. I keep putting that off for obvious reasons.
I'm 40. I'm 46. They say, for a man, masturbation is good for the prostrate. Is good for the prostrate. Like, that's just, it's not happening. It's not happening. I agree.
Well, I don't have issues with having to go to the restroom several times a night. I don't have that issue, so I'm putting it off because of what a prostate exam involves. We all know what that involves, and I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to have a finger up my ass. I mean, I just put it. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
I remember I had a boss that had to go because he had prostate cancer. He said every time he had to go to see that doctor, he described what it was. That was 30 some odd years ago, almost 40. So I don't know what the process is now, but he said it was very painful.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing, though. TT, the conspiracy channel. I think as long as you Because
I
conspiracies.
gotta get more stuff so I can go live, huh?
But I said conspiracies are a real thing, just as long as you don't go overboard. You know, like what was that? The solstice, the thing that happened some months ago, and there was people saying that there was reptilian beings beneath the earth conducting Masonic.
I got a video on that.
As long as you ain't going crazy with that, you know, reptilian beings and Chewbacca, you know, playing checkers and whatever. Just sometimes
It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack, and once you start digging, you fall down this little rabbit hole that it's hard to come out of sometimes. And you're like, "Oh my God, they're talking about this, and then they're correlating that with this, and it's crazy. It's crazy." But to what Ramon was saying, with the exams, right? This is how I see those insurance companies. They'll say, like with a woman, you need a mammogram. Before it was 50, then they lowered it to 45. Now I think it's even in your 20s, right? They set it up, to me, this is my personal opinion, that they set it up like if I have to go get a colonoscopy now to make sure I don't have colon cancer, they send you the kit, you do what you do, you send it back. You know, I don't know if they're playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo, but they'll pick and say, "Oh, you know that we found something, so now you got to do this, and then you got to do that, and then you got to do this." Mm-hmm. And you see what Denise said, mammograms give you cancer. Yeah, most of their so-called thing that they use to get rid of what they think they see makes whatever situation you got worse. Sometimes you don't even have it in the first place, Denise. It's sad, but sometimes it's scary to see your own doctor. Like, you know, I go to mine and every year, and I that's the only thing I haven't done. I did a mammogram twice, and I saw another an article, and I also saw a video that said the mammogram, the actual machine, it can make something look like something because they smash your breast, right? Mm-hmm. So you can get a sonogram instead. They don't want to pay for the sonogram that's less invasive, that's less that does less damage than actually using that machine. Okay. Maybe for your prostate, it would be the same thing too. Like maybe they could do it another way, you know? Sweden banned it because of them. Do thermal studies better. They said sonograms. They can do it with a sonogram. Are you a flat earther? Okay, I wasn't a flat earther till I started going down the rabbit hole. So,
are you? So are you?
I'm not sure. I'm indecisive right now. What you was gonna say? Huh? What?
The Earth is not flat. By saying the Earth is flat, then this gets into the thing that there's no gravity. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's why people don't travel out of space. Okay.
It's very it's very real. Like that's what I mean by the conspiracy thing, is that there's extremes in it. So this thing of like the Earth being flat it's just like preposterous, because going into gravity, you know, the something such as when a person dies, you know, when a person's getting an autopsy, right? Your body is elevated in positions when it's on a slab because of gravity, because your fluids are still in your body. So these are just like, there's so many things to show the existence of gravity. By showing the existence of gravity, how could the Earth be flat? Where is the ice walls at? You know what I mean? It's just like, there's
answers to that. That's what it would be good for this. That's good to have a discussion on that.
I mean, personally, having that discussion is like somebody trying to tell me that Mr. Magoo is real and he's the owner of Kmart. No, I'm not doing that.
I wouldn't say that. So it would be a healthy discussion. It wouldn't be like an idiotic discussion, because like what you're saying, okay, I could be like, okay, you have a point. And then the person who believes that there is no gravity has a point as well. It depends on how you're presenting that information. Now, if you're going to take an idiot route to or an immature route to try to discuss your point and prove your point, then I get what you're saying, but I don't want to do it for that. Like the flat earth thing, like see how Denise says she's in between too. I'm in between because, some people make a point, like how they claim the planes fly from one end of the world to the other, and how they never go this way. And I'm like, okay, so they don't go that way because they can't go towards the edge. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, Cuban. It's not that bad. There's a lot of information out there. When I got the half moon, please, Dusty, can we trust the government on it? The same government that called us crazy about the aliens and the UFO is now backtracking on it. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you see that, Cuban? So there are aliens? You don't believe that?
Do I believe that there's aliens?
There's life outside of Earth that's actually in Earth.
I mean, I personally don't have a hard time accepting that there's other things in the universe. I mean, it could be plant life, it could be bacteria, you know what I mean? Or it could be something that's humanoid. I don't know. But I'm not gonna be going with that. It's the I don't know, his name's Zoltar, whatever the hell his name. He's probably some big ship, or Pickle Man, or Creole, or little. It's stuff like that is just like, for them to say, well, what's the proof that there's no aliens? Is to say, okay, well, what's the proof that this thing you're talking about is real? But for me, if you have stars, and stars are suns. So when you see a star, that's a sun that has imploded billions of years ago, and we just so happen to see it right now. So if suns give light, then what are you giving light to? What is the light? Light gives birth. It gives life. Things grow. Things exist. So I don't find it hard to believe. It's just
but what you just regurgitated, what you've been taught in school. So, right, if we were taught differently, then you would have been saying something different. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the beauty of how we are today, because now there's information elsewhere. Like, so what I've grown up on and what I've been taught and what I know from back then, there's a lot of things countering that. And some of it actually makes sense.
Well, I mean, I wasn't taught in school that there were aliens. Like, I'm not denying.
You weren't, right? But now that they're saying that there's a possibility that it might be, you're like, oh no, it can't be because of this, because of that. Right?
No. What I'm saying is the depictions, the intricacies that people get into with these aliens. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't expect, like, there's people who really believe that there's somebody named Pickle Man. I'm being serious. Pickle Man wears tighty whities, and he has a utility belt. And
okay, with that, I would think that they need to be maybe seeking therapy or something.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, I've seen something. I live near Air Force Base. There's something I seen 2 years ago at 5 a.m. while I was at work. Like, this thing was round. It was yellowish white. It was moving very fast across the sky, and it literally was braking like a car. And it just stopped, and it turned red, and it vanished. So, like, if I was to find out that was an actual UFO, I wouldn't be shocked. But at the same time, if somebody, they're like, oh, it was something governmental, my question would be, you guys have the technology to speed in the sky and to actually brake like a car? Like, that seems like it's defying physics. But, I just don't know what's on the ship is the question, and I think obviously it's not something to be fearful of, because if they have technology that they can move light years across the universe, then they would have the technology to wipe us out. I don't look at it like it's like some evil aliens. If it's who the fuck knows? It could be some aliens that are teenagers that got high and stole their fucking parents' spaceship and flew across the universe to fuck with us. I don't know. You know, I don't know.
You see what Denise said, Cuban? She said, all I know is that aliens really have us beat, and to be honest, can be living amongst us and we not even know it because we are clearly the inferior species. That's how I see it. Like, and that's how I see it. And I've seen some videos and stuff on that, like from some halfway reputable sources. It's not like some quacks, talking about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be.
It definitely could. But I'll tell you this much: that shit that they talking about in Miami, that shit was no motherfucking aliens in Miami.
No,
I happened to have been in that location that night doing. I was doing bodyguard work for somebody who actually lives near there. That place is a mall. It's like a shopping center. You can ride like a boat, and you just like chill. It's near where the Heat play. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no aliens out there. Like I was literally 2 walking blocks of there was no aliens. I was in that there was no aliens.
Shit, I wish I was there.
No.
Man. I don't know. I believe they live in the ocean. Dusty, I got a video of that one. I want to cover that. There's a whole city under the ocean, and they got different types of cities and stuff. Oh my God, there's so much information out there. If you really into that, there is so much out there. There's so much out there.
You know what's scary and interesting is they know more about outer space than they know about the ocean. Just like they know more about outer space than they know about the brain.
Well, it seems like, okay, based on what I've seen, it seems like they're not being truthful with what they know about outer space. I think they know more about the ocean than they do know about outer space. I don't know. We need instructions on the shampoo. We voted for a demented man for president. I'm sorry, Cuban, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's what they say, but I do believe that, of course, there's things they're not gonna tell us. You know what I mean? It's just like with these with this guy who got killed. You know, these health companies, health insurance companies. These people aren't gonna tell you the fraudulent, evil things that they do. You know, one hand washes the other. You know, there's a lot of people connected in that. You know, they don't care what they're doing to the public. You know, so, but I mean, even if you look at wars, you know, presidential candidates, people who've been in Oval Office, senators, there's so much shit that they don't tell, you know, because it could, I mean, I'll be honest. Let's just say they came out and said, listen, people, this is motherfucking aliens. I do agree that if they came out and made this announcement, there would probably be a lot of people that would commit suicide. There would be a lot of people that would abandon religion. Right? That's a big one. Mm-hmm. Because that would totally change the narrative to things for some people. You know, some people can believe in God and believe in aliens. Other people like aliens, God, like, oh my God, like, then that just changes the narrative of how humans got here, or, you know, whatever. But I think also too, if humans can't even coexist for something as simple as who the hell created hip hop, then how the hell are we going to deal with aliens? You know what I'm saying? People here can't even get along with their own ethnic group or other ethnic groups, or sexual preference, or
oh God.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think a lot of people would even be ready for that. I really don't.
Yes. There's a lot of information out there. Shoot, let me see. Let me get that link for you guys, because I want you guys to sub, and maybe I'll be there more than here, because there is so much to unpack. There is so much information out there that there's so much information out there with that's just good discussion, Cuban. It's not even like you won't feel like you're talking to somebody who's not, who's uneducated. You'll be talking to, it'll just be something to discuss and, provide our opinions. Oh God, I need a new cell phone. Wait.
We should do a show on what's better, Puerto Rican or Cuban food. I'm going with. Hey, look, I'm not trying to be a traitor, but I'm going with Puerto Rican food.
Oh no! I'm half Cuban, so I have to represent. No.
I don't know.
I love my bodies, but I gotta represent.
Man, God bless Puerto Ricans and bacalao.
I make good bacalao.
Thanks. Yeah, bacalao is good. I haven't had bacalao in a long time.
Frito, guisao. I make some good
bacalao. Guisao is what I had growing up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Let me.
Bacalao, some potato bread.
You like bacalao? Ramon, what do you think about the conspiracy theories? What do you think?
Well, if they can present some kernel of truth on them, then I'm definitely willing to take them into consideration. It's just that there are many conspiracy theories that are a bit too outlandish for me to even take them seriously. Now, when it comes to, I'm not saying this about the whole thing about the flat Earth. But any of us that have traveled, any of us that have been on a plane, I mean, we look at we look at the horizon, and the horizon has a curve to it. I mean, if the Earth was flat, that wouldn't be happening. Also, we are in this part of the world, in this side of the planet, in this hemisphere, and we talk about it, and we make contact with somebody who is in the old world, on the other side of in Europe or in Asia, and it's daytime. I mean, if the Earth was flat, the whole world would be either daytime or nighttime, all of it at the same time.
Okay.
That is correct.
So that's how I look at it.
I don't know, but I think people would be interested in
It's okay. How is it that the Earth is flat, but it seems like every other planet in the solar system is round? So why is it that Earth has to be flat?
But how do we know? Okay, so with that theory about how all the other planets are round, it's like, how do we know that? How do they know?
Mm-hmm.
So
how do they know?
So when you see, are you going with the narrative that when NASA shows video or images that's CGI?
Yes, I think.
Okay, it was CGI back in the 80s because there are IMAX recordings from
in the 80s. It blew up, right? In the 80s, we didn't see anything go out to outer space, right? What did we see go actually to outer space?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, wait. But that is footage of the first spacewalk that was done by the Soviets. There is that footage around. I think it's in black and white, and so, but that was before.
Just like Sean Armstrong, they debunked it. Even Sean Armstrong admitted that he never.
That he never set foot on the moon.
Yeah, I got a video on that. Yeah.
There has been speculation on that, and I'm not, because so much has been said about the whole thing about the moon landing, about the broadcast and all of that, and how it couldn't have happened, and how is it that we get all of these pictures from the astronauts on what is supposed to be the surface of the moon, but there is kind of like a video camera outside of the module some distance away catching the actual part when I think it's Neil Armstrong climbing out of the module and setting foot for the first time, but there is a camera already set up recording him. So that could be considered. That's something that could be scrutinized.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. Supposedly, I think it was Neil Armstrong who set foot on the surface of the moon for the first time, but there was already a camera recording what he was doing.
Look what did he say? Could be the curve of your eye.
Okay, yeah, she's referring to when I said about the horizon. The
Yeah.
horizon that can be when you are at a certain altitude, the horizon has a curve to it. And she said that was my eye, of course.
Yeah, I know I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up.
But that's one thing. But speaking of the whole thing about the moon landing, that could very well have been fake, because of course the astronauts, they were on a rocket and they took off, and they may have maintained orbit, but traveling all the way to the moon, that's something that NASA can't do that now. NASA can do it now. Ask NASA. Anybody should ask NASA to send a mission to the moon. See what they tell you. They're not going to be able to. For some reason, NASA today, 21st century, they can send a mission to the moon.
They're even saying that the cameras that they claim that are out in outer space are not even real. Like they're even talking about that, Ramon. Like, I don't know.
But when you say they, who is they?
I gotta get to the video so I can get more specific. I'm just shooting the shit right now, but they're saying it's fake. The moon landing at Orchard Beach. I thought it was section. I thought it was 6.
Orchard Beach section.
There's certain sections you want to go to Orchard Beach alone.
There's a documentary you would probably really like. It's in support of what you're saying. It's called Room. I want to say it's Room 213 or Room 223.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. That's what I'm saying, Cuban. Like, we can discuss that. Like, I can probably play segments of that and discuss that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that one I don't know, because to you can watch it on YouTube for free, but I think you also may have to. You might have to. They'll definitely flag you for it.
Well, maybe I could break it up or take
But it's basically what it is the guy who made 2000. What was that movie called in the 60s? 2011, The Space Odyssey. Stanley Kubrick.
Space Odyssey, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, he made the movie that Vietnam movie that was really good.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, he did. Eyes Wide Shut. Right. So he did these movies. So basically, CGI came out in the 50s, and he got into. He did some really good movies back years ago, prior to he died, and he did something simple like a B-52 bomber. He looked at pictures of what people were able to see, and the pictures he saw, he replicated them in the movies. So in this documentary, what they're saying is that Stanley Kubrick was used to make the moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the argument, and they're saying that when you watch the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson, which is what the movie's named after, Room whatever, that there's all these hints in it because Stanley Kubrick made the movie, and Stanley Kubrick is telling you indirectly about the moon landing, because Stephen King wrote the book, but Stanley Kubrick made the movie, and from what I understand, I think Stephen King wasn't too happy with his rendition of the movie or whatever. Right. But from what I recall, though, you never hear Stanley Kubrick talking about none of this. So it's basically, from what I recall, it seems like this is just something that conspiracists put together and came up with this. I don't know. But it's definitely a movie to smoke a fat blunt to and watch.
Well, with AI and all that stuff now, and how we have things at our fingertips when we want to look things up, it's gonna be hard to decipher what's real and what's fake. That's the scary part too. Like, who's gonna determine what's real and what's fake?
Yeah, you have to. You kind of have to, for the moment. For the moment, all we can do is train our eyes so we can tell when something is like computer generated. But yeah, those social media is gonna do a number on us. I mean, like unplug from that and look at things, really things out there physically.
I don't know that this I put so much. So this is bochinche. I get. I don't think so. I don't think so, Denise. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to go over, and we can go over it and decide what, like, you know what, this probably is too good to be true, or this is probably a possibility because of this or that. Like, you know, it leads for a good discussion. I don't know. So is this the James Webb Telescope fake too? So, I don't know.
Why it will be fake? Who says it's fake?
Yeah, Roy Chess. My thing is, if space is a vacuum with no air, how can rockets propel themselves with nothing to push? That's thank you, Dusty. Thank you.
Right now, we're either on a laptop or a phone or like a computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
That entails that there has to be a satellite, right? Most of all the new cars today, not most, all of them, they have computers in the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's satellites play a crucial role in that. So if NASA's fake or whatever, if somebody's taking it to the extreme that it's entirely fake or it's somewhat fake or whatever, if you live near Cape Canaveral, right? Because you mentioned the 80s, and I used to live out there in half a third, half a fifth, half a ninth grade. Mm-hmm. So third, fifth grade, that was the 80s. And I lived near Cape Canaveral. So you would always see rockets because we were in school. They would let us outside to watch the rockets.
Right.
And those rockets were shooting up satellites,
mm-hmm.
you know. So satellites, in order to use the satellite, there has to be orbiting. There has to be a rotation. There has to be, you know, if it was flat, how would that work? How would that work if you think about all the satellites that's been released into space from Earth?
You know, they're saying that those pictures aren't real. Like this, I keep saying they because I don't have the information right in front of me, but I've read up on it. I've read some material on it. I want you, when I do finally go live on that, I'm going to discuss that specifically, and I want you there.
I say that we do a GoFund, right? We all do like a susu, right? We raise some money. It's going to take a minute, and we all go to fucking space. And there, we see it for ourselves.
I'll watch you from here.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to space. I'm not even going on a roller coaster. I'm good.
Oh no. The roller coaster, yes.
Nah, that's attempted suicide. I'm not doing that.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try to do a live. I'm gonna see if I can go live, and then maybe sometime next week or the week after that. I'm taking some time off for the holidays anyway. But then you should do a Patreon for it, so we can subscribe for money like $5 a month or something. That sounds like a good idea. That's something to think about. I'm gonna think about that, Denise. That's something to think about. Because there's so much information out there. We could talk about this for hours, you know? So, yeah. Nah. Submarine ride. Don't talk about that submarine ride.
Are you talking about that submarine, the people winning?
Yeah, you was on my stream.
That's go to the Titanic. No, you guys do that. I'm not interested.
I'm not doing that either. Are you kidding me? An ocean? What?
Yeah, It was in a little submarine that wasn't tested properly, wasn't engineered
Yes,
properly.
yes. I did a stream on that. Me and Falana, I felt bad. Me and Falana was cracking up about that. It was like ridiculous. They gave him hand sandwiches and stuff. Yeah, like it was a joke. It was a joke how they did that. The Titanic is still claiming it lives in 2024. I don't know. We can be the first. So not me. Not me, sir. No way. We can go viral. I'll say that I know you, Roy Chess. You could go viral, and I'll say I know him. But I am not. Hell no. We all followed that stupid canister. Yes, and I knew they were gonna say that they were dead. I mean, come on now. I said they're gonna drag us until they can't have no more air. Then they said that it imploded. Really? How did you? If you couldn't find it, how did you know it exploded? Like you don't know what the fuck happened. That's what I'm saying. They be leading us into the BS. That's why I think they're gonna lead us with this guy who shot the CEO. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. Oh, we found the bag. It had monopoly money. Like, what kind of a joke is that, Ramon? Monopoly money.
No, I'm not. I'm not paying attention to that. I mean, it's too convenient that they found a bag with monopoly money. Why would there be monopoly money? That is
exactly. How did they find the bag so easily? And they found it and said, Ramon, if you knew New York City, if you knew where Midtown was to Central Park. And you'd be like, well, what made you think he was going to? So he went uptown? Like, okay, was he on the west side and the east? Like, Central Park is huge. Central Park is huge, Ramon. It's in the center of Manhattan. It's like, come on. I don't know. It just sounds fake. It sounds fake to me.
Yeah.
Today, New York, one state police think the shooter already left the city of New York. You think? I could have told them that.
That's what I was saying earlier. That most likely he's long gone.
Of course he is. Come on. Smoke and mirrors, guys. That's how they throw us off to cover up something bigger. Exactly. Conspiracy theories. Good, Denise. That's exactly how we have to think. Kansas City Shuffle. That's exactly how we have to think because they do throw us off on purpose. Like, I don't know. And then you wonder why did this happen? Why is this happening to throw us off? I even have some footage on the World Trade Center, like how again, how it crumbled, like it shouldn't have been it shouldn't have fell straight down.
I can tell you something about that. I have been observing all the footage that I could for years. I mean that already happened over 20 years ago, and nobody's gonna tell me. And
I saw the plane hit. I saw the plane hit.
But let me say this. There are certain things that people just have forgotten about completely, and one of those things is that the fuel that powered those planes, that was kerosene, and kerosene doesn't burn hot enough to melt steel. But you could see in some of those videos, that footage when there were the fires coming out of the buildings, and you could see molten metal, molten steel pouring out of the windows. I mean, like kerosene doesn't do that. I mean, because it doesn't make the high grade, high quality steel that was used to build those buildings, that was not melted by the kerosene that was used on the planes. That's one thing, because you saw it, we saw it. One plane hit, a second plane hit the other building. Okay, fine. But nobody's gonna tell me that those explosions are gonna cause that building to crumble all the way down to the street on its footprint. And you could look up. I don't know if all of this is available still, but you could research some of the eyewitness accounts in which they were describing all of this, like a whole bunch of explosions coming out of the buildings before they crumble. That's consistent. That's consistent with demolitions.
Before that happened, 9/11, there was a bombing in the garage under the World Trade Center. It didn't impact
92, 93 that happened.
Okay, yeah. That was several years before that. Yeah.
Right, but it didn't cause damage. Like
there was a bombing in the buildings. Nothing happened to the buildings. The building, whatever damage was, it could be repaired. But
Right. It
also,
was isolated. It was isolated.
what a lot of people have already forgotten was about World Trade Center number 7, which was the third building that went down. It wasn't hit by anything, but it also went down. It crumbled. It was the that was also, I don't know who's monitoring this, but that was also a demolition. Most people have forgotten about it too. I mean, no plane hit World Trade Center number 7. You can look it up. But that building also went down. And I remember seeing kind of like the digitized footage in which you see the building and you see that it crumbles from the center, and it crumbles in the center, and the center pulls the sides of the buildings in, and it also goes all the way down.
Yeah, I have footage on that. And that's what they're saying it couldn't happen that way. That's something, and I'm like, why lie? But then I have another video about a gentleman who bought the World Trade Center not too long before 9/11, and he made a lot of money on the insurance.
So, Jewish guy had like asbestos in
specifically the insurance was specifically against bombings and terrorist attack. Like the guy knew he was this Jewish guy, this billionaire. I think his last name was Bernstein, something like that.
Yeah, I got the video. No, it's not Bernstein, but I have the video. But that's what I'm saying. I have so much. I have so much to put up on there. It's.
I've been following that for a long time. Nobody's gonna tell me because the other thing is that Iraq was absolved of it, because at first they were blaming Iraq for it. Iraq was absolved in the 9/11 Commission report. It was established officially that Iraq had nothing to do with it. And that was after we invaded it, of course, and destroyed it.
I don't even believe that they caught whatever his name was, and
all of the so-called hijackers, there were many of those guys were turning up alive. They were just in different parts of the Middle East. So one or two of them were in Egypt. The thing is that some of them were turning up alive, because there was a list of like 19 guys that were the hijackers. Of course, they hijacked all of the planes with box cutters. Anybody who has been on a plane knows that you cannot get on a plane with a box cutter. So,
well, I wasn't traveling on planes back then. Maybe you would know better than I would, but I know that after that incident, they hyped up everything. So now I think there was coming. People used to transport drugs easly on a plane and other stuff. And
but there were already metal detectors back then. I mean, you carrying a box cutter, it will show up.
I don't even think TSA existed until after 9/11. I don't know. Yeah, TSA didn't. I don't think it even existed till after 9/11. So it just got it got. I don't know. Not. It's like they use these situations to put you in the state of they use that situation to make us a more what do you call that when you
paranoid?
Yeah, when they hyper focus on security. So now, like that's they use that as an excuse to put all these cameras all over the street. Like you know how New York City has cameras now. Everything, the whole New York City changed after that. Like everything changed that. I guess Cuban could attest to that. Everything of how the police functions, how security functions for the city changed after 9/11. It's like they did it on purpose so that they can make it like a Big Brothers type state. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, the Patriot Act, that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, TSA was created under the Patriot Act, and that was supposed to expire last year, and they used Middle Eastern migrants to reenact it.
I definitely think that whatever position someone takes on September 11th, whether it was, there was bombs planted in the building, whatever, or to the narrative that they've been saying, I think that it definitely was a conspiracy, and no matter how you cut it, it definitely was a justification of this government to go to the Middle East to steal oil,
Yep.
to engage in expansionism, to, justify whatever. So like, even, I mean, even if, they knew, now this is definitely documented. They definitely knew that there was a security risk. They definitely knew, they had a heads up that something was going to happen. So,
But I'm saying that they set up the scenario. They did this whole scenario with 9/11 and all that just to go get oil. People died. They hyped up security in New York City. They justified going to these Arab countries, for war. Like,
hey, I'm going to tell you why it's not, for me, why I don't find that shocking, like that they would actually justify it, and like thousands of people died later because of inhaling all that shit. There's too many things to look at with this country, the things they've done, and somebody could say, they would really do that. They would really do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really would bomb Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, they definitely would. You know what I mean? Like, there's just too many things to that like, see, stuff like that. I can understand the distrust that people have, and I can understand why when people look at those things and they say, well, why would I believe this, and why would I believe that, and how do I know they're not telling the truth about this, or how I know? I get it. I totally get it. And I think that sometimes in that chaos, they even tell that they, the saying that the devil even tells truth.
Yep.
I think that they do a lot of foul things globally, nationally. I think they do a lot of cover-ups, and I also think that in the mix of it, that they kind of tell on themselves sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, or just something simple anybody here could do. Go on the CIA website. You can look at many documents that's able for people to look at, and it's insane the things that this government has done.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, with most of these conspiracy theories, it leads right back to the government, right? So, so with the aliens, the unidentified objects, the cities under the ocean, they even talking about the tunnels. There's just so much. Neil Armstrong never landing on. Is it Neil or Sean never landing on the moon? It's like, it's so much. It's so much out there to say that there's a logical explanation for everything. Some of the things is like, no, they really did stuff on purpose. Like, we allowed the Saudis to use our military as their goons, so our U.S. dollar would be used worldwide to purchase from the Saudis. So soon we're going to lose the U.S. dollar. I believe that's going to happen. Brick is going to knock it out the park.
I mean, we could take ourselves, the three of us right here, right? You have Dominican and Cuban. I'm Cuban. His brother's Boricua. Cuba, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. Look at the shit that the United States has done to all three countries and continues to do. And if somebody turned around and said, well, why would they do that? What do you mean? Why would they? They've done it. That the bombings in Puerto Rico with the U.S. Navy, basically taking land from people in Puerto Rico. You got a lot of people in Puerto Rico moving out. The government officials they put in Puerto Rico that are corrupt, and the money they take from Puerto Rico, their own politicians, the coups, the people that America put into government in the Dominican Republic,
right? The
atrocities that were committed on that island, to the embargo towards Cuba. Like, somebody could say, well, why, this is the free world. It's such a great country. Why would they do that? Because that's what they do. That's how they make their money. they don't care the expense of humans, and they don't care about they don't care if you had Uncle Sam tattooed on your nuts. They don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? They only care about themselves. So they go to their extremes of evil.
That's why that's why some of these things that we call conspiracies are kind of valid. Then, when I'm looking at it with that lens, right? With the practical stuff. Then if I start talking about the impractical stuff, if you start getting so-called biblical and just stuff in the universe, it's so much out there. There's so much out there that you want to determine if it's fact or fiction. I'm gonna take that. That's the take I'm gonna go with. Like, is it fact or fiction? And if it's fiction, why do you think it's fiction? And you have to prove it. Like,
Yeah.
Cite your sources. No one is freaking out about it because no one reads about it, and the effects will be felt 10 years. Yep, always. Like, just like every time a new medication comes out, like, if you notice now, they're saying, and it has to do with women too. The IUD, the IUD now, you can sue the company now because it did something to women. I never had it, so I'm not sure the specifics on it, but I know that there's a class action suit on that. There's a class action suit on the other birth control that I think they used to stick in a woman's arm. Like, they experiment with us, and then 10 years, that's what I'm saying. Like, you take something now, you won't know if it's going to kill you or cause you some permanent harm down the road until 10 or 15 years later. They don't know. They're just experimenting, and the FDA puts all this stuff through. It's just scary. It's scary, and it's not like it is a conspiracy to deceive the public, but how far are you going to take that conspiracy? Like, what? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's true and what's not. This is why it's best to invest in gold. Yep, the dollar's going to go off the dollar. Yeah, it's going to go to caca real soon. I don't even know if staying in this country is going to be viable real soon. I don't. It's you're scaring me now. It can be scary.
It could do good to have kind of like a dual citizenship somewhere else.
Yep.
I don't think that would be a bad idea. I mean,
and get the F out of Dodge.
That's where I'm at with it myself. Is staying in this country, right? And then because I it really irritates me when people this is the greatest country in the world. This is like, well, have you been to other countries? You know what I mean? And just because you didn't like that place doesn't mean somebody else won't like it.
Right.
That's just your preference. But I think about this, and it's like, okay, so let's just say you move out the country. This country has its freaking tentacles extended everywhere. That it's just like, yo, you're not going to escape capitalism. You're not going to escape the ramifications of what this country does. It's like if we say, yo, let's move to Cuba. Okay, we go to Cuba. Guess what? Cuba got an embargo. Why is Cuba got an embargo? And they use U.S. currency in Cuba, even though Cuba now is with BRICS. Shit, you could take your Section 8 and move to Puerto Rico. Now
but if BRICS succeed, the dollar won't be worth much. So the United States won't have the hold that they're used to having worldwide.
Now, let's put yourself in the shoes of these guys. Do you think with their military, and they're notorious for bullying the planet, right? Then they're not gonna bend over and take that so well. You know what I mean? Like, if that occurs, you better believe there's gonna be war, because war makes money.
True.
You know what I mean? So I don't think that they're gonna give up so easy. I don't know if it's fully gonna just eradicate, and it's just like, okay, the US dollar ain't shit. I mean, it's the United States is, it's capitalism is business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's going to be that easy. I just don't. And I just think that if they do pull that off, there's gonna be some casualties. There's gonna be some war. There's gonna be some problems. You know what I mean? Like this is like a upgrade of the drug dealer, but like on a huge scale. Like, you're not giving up that block. You took my product. You took my customers. We're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a big problem.
Steve Blood Moon said most people would not pack up and move to those countries. They always come back to the U.S. But Blood Moon's going to get to the point where the U.S. is not going to be such a great place to live. They're making it impossible now for people to survive. Everything is going up at an astonishing rate. Everything, and the quality of stuff is just like going to garbage. Just like the link that Ramon that he tagged me on about what the tariffs that this man is going to impose on everyone, but Texas is going to feel it the worst. Like, it's going to be impossible to live. They're making it impossible to live.
I was seeing something recently, and statistically, to live in the country, you have to make a minimum of $35 an hour.
Yeah.
Because I've heard people say, 25. Break that down, $25 an hour. Look how much you would make every 2 weeks at $25 an hour.
But even then, that's still not comfortable. Even a 6-figure salary is going to be a moderate. It's going to be 6 figures is going to be looked at like at 50 or 60,000. Like if you would have made 50, 60,000 a year, maybe 10 years ago, you're still not that comfortable unless you're if you're closer to 200K versus 100K a year, depending on where you live at.
I mean, yeah, unless you frugal, you know what I'm saying, and you like, you know what, I'll pay $120,000 and I'll buy myself a mobile home. You know what I mean? Versus spend $550,000 on a townhouse that my backyard is like the size of my bathroom.
Right.
You know. I think one of the problems is people live beyond their means. You know what I'm saying? And
that's another thing. That's something that people do have some control of it, but there are too many people that are busy trying to impress other people. So they're not being practical or pragmatic or frugal about things. There are many people that are just trying to show off.
But society makes you like that, Ramon. Look at every time you turn around. I was like, I remember Instagram when they didn't have commercials, or Facebook. Now they got commercials to get you to buy shit all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like everywhere you turn it's a marketing scheme to get you to buy stuff. They know that we always have our cell phones in our hands, and we're always on social media. So hey, we're gonna plug in. Everything on social media. I go on TikTok. Do you know every other video is something to buy in a TikTok shop? The content creators.
I hear about the TikTok shop. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't. But I hear about it. I hear about look at what I got on TikTok shop. I see a lot of those videos on Instagram where they are promoting something that is available on TikTok shop.
They're all connected. The TikTok shop, because it's all China. The TikTok shop, Shein, Temu, all these shops where you can buy stuff super cheap. They're all connected. If you find it on a TikTok shop, go to Temu. I bet you'll find it cheaper. Because TikTok charges you, and I know they charge you for shipping, like the same amount of. So if you get something for $3, they charge you for $6 of shipping. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I try to look for things. I do look at Temu. At first, I was getting a little too distracted by Temu, but I compare Temu with eBay. There is always a couple of dollars difference, whatever it is that I'm trying to get. But
they're beating Amazon. They're beating Amazon.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. They're kind of like outselling Amazon because they sell things cheaper. Yeah.
A lot cheaper.
Because I've looked at stuff on Temu, and there was a few times I caught myself. I'm like, wait a second. I don't know if I'm gonna get this because it's like I've
it looks too good
horror stories about Temu. Like they had what they have on Temu, They have bulletproof vests on Temu.
You can get any.
No,
No,
but something like
no,
that,
no.
yeah, something like that, you can't, you can't
Yeah.
really trust it. Not that.
Me and Blood Moon are addicted. That's why I was like, I hate that. And then it's on my email, my home email. I have to unsubscribe so I can stop buying shit. Like, it's done on purpose. They get you like that. If Trump imposed tariffs, it will commercially isolate us. And we rely too much on outside resources. We don't have too much in house. I want to see how Texas.
We depend a lot of on imports, and this whole thing about threatening tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico. That's not understand.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They won't
because already the Mexican president, she already said we're gonna have to put tariffs of our own.
We look like a joke anyway to the rest of the world. We look like a joke. Come on now. What country takes us seriously now, especially with the way our government is built up now? They don't care.
Yeah.
Donald Duck.
Definitely the Chinese are not afraid. I mean, they sell.
They already infiltrated us, Ramon. They infiltrated us already before. They want to know how much.
To a degree, can you really blame them? Look at how many bases are around the Chinese borders. There are.
I get that, but they're in Africa. They're in the United States.
Many military bases that are built right at the border with China. So to a degree, you can't really blame them. I'm not saying it's right.
They're going to take over. They're in the Caribbean. They're in Africa. They're in the United States. They're buying up all this real estate. They're buying up all these natural resources. They're trying to get in cahoots with Russia to take away the value of the dollar. They're killing it. They're going to be winning. They're going to be winning, and we're going to be like so screwed. If you send $20 back there, you'll have to pay 40. Yes. China's in Jamaica. China's in a lot of the Caribbean.
Well, there have been Asian Jamaicans for a long time. That's not something.
Yeah, but they're buying up a lot of stuff now. They weren't like that before. Before they were immigrants. Now they're like almost owning the whole island. Well, with the what is it? Are they Arabs there?
Yeah,
running the island. Yeah,
you got Arabs in.
Hey, Marcus, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry, Cuban.
When I was just in Cuba, there's like Syrians, Saudis in Cuba. I'm gonna be going back. I'm gonna go to Matanza in a few months.
I did notice that there's a lot of Arabs in Cuba. I noticed there's a couple of content creators that are there, and I'm like, and they got a mosque or two there. I don't know if it's one or two, and I'm like, why?
Man, look, let me tell you.
I remember my mom telling me that she was seeing it was becoming more common for her to see kind of like Middle Eastern couples and women wearing the hijab. I remember my mom before she passed. She told me about that, seeing that in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Weird. I'm telling you, it's scary times. I'm wondering what the state of this country is going to look like in 20 years. Like, what will it look like in 20 years? Where will it be at in 20 years? What will the state of the country be like in 20 years, or the state of the world, based on everything that's going on? It's scary. It's scary, and then all this underhanded stuff that's going on with our own government. It's like. It's scary, just like when we had the pandemic. It was scary. Stuff purposely being done to deceive the public and to create chaos and pandemonium, and then to use us as test dummies with medications and just certain. I don't know. It's just very scary. Very scary times.
You ever read about the sterilization that was done in Puerto Rico to women?
Yes, Denise
covered when they were testing birth control. There was a certain form of birth control that they were testing, and it wasn't birth control. Apparently, it was too strong, so it was causing sterilizations, permanent sterilizations, not to have the desired effect of birth control. But it was causing sterilization. So there were several Puerto Rican women that ended up barren because of that. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was decades ago. Yeah,
In the 60s, right? 50s and 60s.
something like some 56. Mhm.
The guinea pigs, that doctor that was there that was using the people there as guinea pigs. It's crazy. Look at that. That's how I want to be with the alien. Denise is ready to leave, right? When they have that spaceship, she's gonna be like, "Where she gonna have MK with her son? Like, where do we sign up? Where do we go?" Oh my God, that's gonna be crazy. 20 years ago, I was freezing in my apartment, and 20 years from now, I'll either be dead or still freezing. You won't be dead. You're gonna be there bitching. Whenever you have bitching, Blood Moon, don't even say that. In 20 years, my son will be 22.
Yeah.
In 20 years, Felipe Guzman Gomez will be president. It should be sooner than that, Dusty. I could have sworn there was going to be a Hispanic one sometime soon, at least before a woman president. That's what I figured. Felipe Guzman Gomez.
Guzman Gomez. All right.
You needed one more name there, one more last name.
Yeah. There weren't enough.
Too short. Yeah,
there's gonna be first, middle name, and the 2 surnames at least.
You'll be around too, Jose.
Yeah,
We'll be on YouTube or some other social media platform. Like, remember what we said 20 years ago?
You're gonna be on a wheelchair still.
Latino has to
the technology is gonna be different, but you're still gonna be doing your thing, Jose.
Vote for Dusty, Denise. He said he's gonna give everything away for free. There will be oh no, don't say that. A YAG president for sure before a woman. You think so? I don't think so. I think the way Trump is putting it, I think you even have more freedom to talk crap now without really suffering too many consequences. I think that's starting to die down because they're not in a good light that I've been noticing the past couple of months. They have not been shown in a good light. It's not like when Obama was here. Jose, you just wanted to say, Jose, you were just saying you wanted to eat carrots for Christmas. So you'll be here. Yuck. I want to die happy. Eat fried foods. Okay, here we go. Dusty made up for it. Felipe Guzman Gomez Gonzalez Rodriguez. There you go. All the evidence. It's cool trying to be healthy.
So when are you going to do this channel?
I don't know. I thought you had to have a certain amount of subs to go live, don't you?
You talking about for YouTube?
For YouTube, for streaming. I only got 7.
No. You could start.
You go live with 1?
You could, yeah.
I think that's what I did.
Really?
The first time that I did something live, I didn't have really any subscribers, like 5 or so. But I could do a live stream. So I'm sure you can too.
If you're talking about monetization, that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care about that. That's not my drive. No.
Yeah, monetization is something that you have to have like 500 or 1,000 subscribers, so you can be monetized, something like that.
1,000, yeah. But because my computer broke, so I'm gonna create another channel. But I'm actually gonna create 2 new channels. The other channel I'm just not gonna do anything with because they just deleted 160 something videos from my channel,
Oh,
yeah.
that.
This is the crazy thing. They deleted 167 or 68 videos, and it said uploader remove videos. No, the fuck I didn't. Yo, as TT in Hispanic Heritage Month, right? The month wasn't even finished for Hispanic Heritage Month. I was at 38 videos dealing with Hispanic Heritage Month, like on the 27th day. Okay, there is no way that I deleted my channel without So they deleted my shit. I don't know why. I'm not gonna get all conspiracy talk, but yeah. So I'm gonna start a new channel, and then the other channel is gonna be TT. Is gonna be strictly Orisha.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna mix Orisha topics with my regular channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Juju, I appreciate you letting me be on your panel. I'm gonna
Of
be.
course. I
I'm
appreciate
gonna
you
be
stopping
taking
by.
leave. Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to you. Shout out to my guy in the panel, Cuban. I'm not seeing your name, so
Cuban crisis.
Mr. Cuban Crisis. It's good to see you again. We have talked about it before. So shout out to the chat, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Hopefully next time it'll be the conspiracy theory thing. I got to see what's going to be the first topic though. We could
Sure
it'll
thing.
get us
Sure
rolling.
thing.
It'll be the World Trade Center. I don't know. But thank
Yeah,
you
well,
so much for stopping by, Ramon.
Thank you for having me. You guys have a good one.
You too. Okay, I've been live 2 hours.
Man, you should do a live on the Chupacabra.
No, see stuff like that. I don't care about stuff like that. Like that Chupacabra. You know, I believe there's something out there, like maybe closer to Bigfoot. I don't know. I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on stuff that can be more realistic, not something that people haven't really seen. You know, like there's been a sighting, but nobody actually saw it. Jose wants to live to 90 years old. Most people in my family live to past 90. So I just had a great aunt that passed away. She was 94.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my grandmother passed away at 96. My great-grandmother was closer to 100. My stepfather's mother is still alive. She's 108.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so excuse me.
That's some good genes.
Yeah, but with everything that here goes my conspiracy theory in mind. With everything that we're ingesting, we're inhaling, we're living around, we're probably not gonna last that long. I'm hoping that to get close to it, but I don't know if we are, because even the foods we eat is garbage. Even the organic stuff they claim that's organic is not organic. Like there's nothing that's safe out there. You know what's safe? Deer is safe. If I had land, I could buy my deer food here. I could feed the deer, and I can just eat a venison. Like the lady that used to give me venison was like, we know what they're ingesting, so we trust that meat versus going to the supermarket, and they can offer one. They got meat for a year, so they kill several. Like I don't know. Go ahead.
The whole when they opened Whole Foods on 14th Street, Manhattan, I had worked there when they first opened.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to, for like the whole week, we had to do orientation, and people from the various Whole Food departments in the store were talking. Whatever. These motherfuckers. So Whole Foods was created basically by some white people that were like hippies. Okay, so it started off good, natural, healthy, blah, blah, blah. So we're going through orientation, and they're like, just let you know, everything here is not organic. Most of all that shit, the food, I'll just say the food. A lot of that food is not organic. It's not.
Right. They're lying to us. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they're lying to us. The stuff that they say that is 100% natural. Look at the ingredients when you read the label. That's not even truthful. They're not truthful. I forgot what label was I reading earlier that said what was it? It said that it was I can't think of, Jesus, my mind. Something I bought that said that it only contained this, but you still have to do your own. I was looking at kelp, sea kelp.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that's good for your skin and stuff like that. It's good to ingest it. It helps you internally, right? Mm-hmm. So Kroger sells it. So Kroger says, huh?
You said Kroger. I haven't heard Kroger in a minute.
Oh, in the Midwest that's a thing here. So there's Kroger's everywhere. Okay. So I was looking it up. I said, kelp. So I said, let me see what the benefits are. So then it starts, when you look it up online, it tells you what stores sell it. So Walmart sells it. I'm not going to get it from Walmart. Some other store I never heard of sells it. I'm not going to get it from there. Amazon, it's hit or miss depending on where you get it from. Etsy sells it. You don't know if you're getting the real thing. Kroger sells it. Okay, so Kroger shows you the kelp that they sell, and then it has the label on there, and it says the ingredients is just kelp and some other crap because it's good with the iodine, right? But then it says, You still have to do your own research because during packing, there's something else that can get in it. I'm like, during packing, what the fuck are they putting on it during packing that they can put it? And there he goes. A lot of that food is dyed and sprayed. That's what it is, Dusty. So that kelp I was looking at, Cuban, I guess in packaging, whatever they use, the chemicals for the plastic or something can get into the food, and you're ingesting that as well. So it's like, I don't know, it's not cool, guys. Buy from the local butcher, grass finished, farmers market, and at least 16 hours daily. Yeah, you'll be okay. And fast for at least 16 hours daily. That's 16 hours I'm struggling with, Denise. Oh my God, I'm struggling with that. Some days I'm good and some days I'm not. But
out here,
I do 16-9, huh?
Like I was now saying, like when I lived up north, like as far as meat, I mostly would just get my meat from like halal meat butcher shops. Because the ones I went to, I knew I was aware of people who owned farms that were Muslims, where they would get their their animals from or whatever. Like Muslims and Amish people can't go.
Yeah.
And
but out here,
I'm not gonna be naive and think that there's not a possibility in that you getting some messed up meat, but it seems that they tend to have better meat, than what you typically get, because it's like you said, like grass fed, that's not injected with antibiotics and all that type of shit.
That is so hard.
But I mean, that's the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? It's just
if they're not killing us with the food, they're killing us with the medication. If they're not killing us with the medication, they're killing us with our pockets. We can't afford to live. If they're not killing us that way, there's so many ways that they're coming at us. It's less what I'm saying. I'd like to see the state of the country or the state of the world in the next 20 years. Then they're throwing AI in there. So then, you're not going to have the need for certain type of workers. They already have them in China. I got videos on that too, the AI explosion. And then Elon Musk to me, and I'm going to put it out there because I'm going to talk about that on my conspiracy theory channel. Elon Musk to me is the Antichrist. I'm not religious, but I swear between him and this preacher, there's something demonic going on in there. And I said it. I put it out there and I said it. That's what it is.
What preacher are you talking about?
Oh, he sounds like the devil. I don't know what his name is, but I found another video today that I said I'm not gonna download that one. I'm gonna stick with the one I have.
Is he an older white guy?
Yeah, with a bad toupee.
Not
he
the
talks
one.
like this. Like he talks demonic. His whole voice sounds horrible. I'm sorry, Jose. I just looked. My bad.
Is he? Damn, what's that dude's name? Is he? I mean, most of them are all clean shaven. He's clean shaven.
Yeah, short, dark hair, older guy. He got to be in his 60s.
He got like blue eyes.
I don't know. I've never met that.
I think there's a whole bunch of antichrists, to be honest. I think that there's, for lack of, I get what you're saying by antichrist, but I think there's a bunch of them. I really do. Like I think Elon Musk, Donald Duck, Kamala Harris. I think all them motherfuckers. I don't trust none of them. None of them.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me on your platform. Good evening, Cuban. What's your name again?
Cuban Crisis. How are you doing?
Okay.
What I didn't realize, Jose, is that I didn't put the link in the chat or pinned it. I didn't realize that. That's how I was like, when he said that, I was like, did I not put the link? My bad.
Well, I hope you guys have a nice Thanksgiving or Indian Indigenous Day or whatever holiday that you guys observe.
Mm-hmm. Mine was good. I didn't have no turkey. I made up a knee instead.
Wow. Oh. I had a little bit of everything. Like I said to Denise. I mean, she's taking me the test talking about that I want to eat nothing but carrots and Brussels sprouts. No, I'm just trying to eat within moderation and try to live healthier.
Cuban turned his nose up when I said the pernil. Cubans love pork, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not going.
He was like,
when it comes to-
I caught that.
like Benin, I think for me to say Benin don't taste good, I'd be a liar. Benin it don't even taste like pork, but my body has always rejected pork since I was little. Like it just doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It don't go. It's the same thing with beef. I can't have too much beef. Pause.
You know, you can't have it now, but growing up, we ate mostly meat, but the meat today versus the meat back then, and my mother always went to the butcher. There was more butchers than there were supermarkets. Like people didn't go to the supermarket; they went to the butcher. They went down to Chinatown to buy their fish. They like shopping was just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we were in the cusp of when things started to change as I was growing up. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just weird. What's your take on everything, Jose?
Well, first of all, like I said before in the chat, I find it odd that a person like the CEO of whatever the name of the life insurance company is walking around without some sort of security.
Mm-hmm.
He can afford it. Either have his own private security or have the companies provided. So I find it a little weird, and that's why I think it's someone from the inside had to tell whoever did it, let them know that this guy was walking around, because how else would that person would know? And as far as what's going to happen next year, well, we just have to wait and see. But I mean, with all those tabs, I mean, things are going to be extremely expensive. But you know what's funny? I was in San Diego last month for about a week, attending a conference, and I had a roommate who was a Trump supporter. So that was a bit of a challenge. So I said, I said to him, look, I'm happy that your guy won. Actually, I lied, but okay. But let's try to limit the talk about politics in our room, please, because it's like I don't want to. It's a business trip, but I always want to have some fun.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. It's just that somehow silence. No. But look, but I enjoyed my time in San Diego. I really enjoyed my time. The weather, the climate was beautiful. Of course, it was getting, it took a while to get used to the 3-hour time difference.
It did?
Yeah, because I never traveled to California before.
Oh, okay. Okay. What I was gonna say, I didn't realize I was on mute. I was talking, and I don't know if you heard me. I said, so what do you think? You think he took himself out? The powers that be took him out, or was it John Q that, was upset that they didn't cover
To be honest with you,
something that he needed?
To be honest, that's a good question. I don't know if we ever going to find the true answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
you think they'll find the killer?
I'm sorry?
You think they'll find the killer?
Perhaps. But I think someone from the company had to help the killer.
But do you think that the authorities will ever find the killer? Because I'm thinking that they're not going to find the killer. They're gonna pick some random, like they did with the Trump shooting, and say, "Oh, this was the person that did it, and we killed him already." And we'll never know who it was. We'll never see a face. That's my conspiracy theory in mind too. Like with the gentleman that with the Trump shooting, right, at that rally he was at, they said, "Oh, it was this kid," and they killed him or whatever they did, and we never heard from him again. Like he was some random. That's why I think it was set up. I don't think it was real.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what the authorities are doing now. That he was drinking at Starbucks. He left on a bike. The gun was jammed. He had on a Tommy Hilfiger jacket. He said they made him an attractive dude, and you know what I'm saying? Like the bag had Monopoly money. It just sounds stupid. Like okay, a real person passed away, but the way they're going about it sounds stupid. Deny, defend, oppose. Yep. It just sounds stupid. Like, are they really trying to deceive the public this way? Like, it just sounds dumb. Just like the people that went to see the Titanic. That sounded dumb.
Yeah,
Billionaires, they went in a makeshift freaking submarine and they died. Like,
yeah, but in all fairness, there's a lot of dumb people in this country. I mean, would you believe it? After the election, a lot of the Trump supporters was Googling, was doing Google search, asking, can they change their vote? And
they dumb down the public. That's why stupid shit like that is occurring, because they dumb down the public. Like, I don't know. It just sounds dumb. He stayed in a hotel at 6, and if he was a CEO that netted that grossed $10 million a year, he was in a hotel where he had room service, and he didn't have to leave the hotel. Why did he leave the hotel?
He could have, he could have just had some flunky go and get him coffee or whatever, or whiskey, or even girls and whatnot. I don't know.
A bunch of stuff. He was in New York City. He didn't have to leave, and if he would have got up to leave, they would have had a car for him outside. Even if he wanted to go wherever the fuck he wanted to, wherever the hell he wanted to go, they would have had a car for him. A driver, like, to drive him here, drive him there. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
If I was making $10 million a year, I would have a couple of bodyguards armed with bulletproof vests and driving along in a bulletproof car or something.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised. And look, I'm not like James Bond. Okay, like I do security, but like I've done a lot of bodyguard work, and I've met people that I've offered my services to. And I mean, I've met people that were definitely worth a few $1 million, right? You would be surprised at people who have money that do not at all utilize security. And I think that is like idiotic, really.
It's
because
insane.
you got crazy people that's just like, oh, this person got money. I don't know. Let me go kidnap their kid to get a ransom. You know what I mean? Like, you just got people they're not security conscious. They think they're invincible or they're cheap.
But they said he was a CFO. He had security.
He ain't have it that day.
Excuse me?
I said he ain't have it that day. He should be. I agree. That man should be walking around with a security detail. Man, he should be walking detail to use the bathroom. There should be somebody outside that bathroom door.
And probably someone in the bathroom with him.
Yeah. But I mean, knowing that he works for a healthcare company, and the fact that they have disgruntled people and stuff like that, like I don't know, it would have just made sense. Like that wasn't like a brain surgery. You didn't have to be a genius to figure that out. So he told security to get lost. Got cramp in my stomach. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. I can't wait to see how this all unravels. If they actually find a dude, and is it going to be the same guy? Are they going to do like I said with the Trump guy? He's going to be dead already. Like, I don't know.
Would you guys believe that Kamala Harris is $20 million in debt?
No way.
Oh yeah, I would believe it.
Now, how do you raise how the heck do you raise $1.5 billion and be $20 million in debt?
Connect your mic. It says I can't add you, Irby. I don't know what's going on. There's always something going on with his damn phone. Oh,
That's what happens when he uses an Obama phone instead of a smartphone or a computer.
it gotta be because he's young, but he's younger. He should have like a what do you call that? A iPhone. I don't use
An
it.
iPhone 35
or an S23 or S24, or the latest Android or whatever.
Facts, Dusty. We should be put on the payroll. For sure. And don't let me dream it, Dusty. I'll be like, yo soñé que yo te vi con esa mujer in the mall. And you had on this and she had on that. I'm good for that one. My dreams will tell me you was cheating, motherfucker. Exactly. We know who did this already. We know where Denise already said it. Denise, where did you say he was at? He was in Dubai, right? Chilling. Dyed his hair, got some contacts, and he's in Dubai. FBI toxicas. I'm busted. For real. But yeah, let me see, I'm going on 2.5 hours. Yeah, like I said, I'm just dying to see how this is going to turn out. I'm dying to see how this is going to unravel, who they're going to blame for it. Denise said that he was supposed to testify about something, so I wonder who's going to testify in his place now. Like, you know, Irby, I don't know what's going on. Leave and come back.
And try to use a smartphone, please, or a computer. Not a Obama phone. Do they still make Obama phones? I mean,
for sure, Denise, for sure. What'd you say, Jose?
I said, do they still make Obama phones?
Yeah.
You get free phones? They got him for insider training. But he sold his stock, Denise, and they said he was allowed to sell it. So I don't know. He sold $15 million worth. So that's all funky. They have to fill out forms and do all this papaleo to sell their shares when they're an insider, when they're affiliated with the company. So I don't know. He's using
Roychester, I think he's using a flip phone. Not even the first iPhone.
Here he got an Obama phone with an actual keyboard. Wow.
They're coming out with a Trump phone.
They'll catch a serial killer. This is crazy. Well, people is like, I wonder how it's gonna turn out. So since I guess you guys like the fact that I'm going to do this conspiracy theory, what should we talk about first? The World Trade Center. So just so I can have all my videos, because I got so many. I have to sort them out because I have so many videos that I'm always downloading from my phone and then to my computer, and I have to organize them. But it's like I got from that to the Matrix to the underground cities, the ones under the water, the Evangelist, Hollywood. There's just so much to cover. There is so much. I bought it on Canal Street. Oh my God. Flat Earth. Oh, okay. We can do the Flat Earth. All right. I have a whole lot of stuff on Flat Earth. Okay.
Are there people that actually believe that the world is flat?
Yep.
Unfortunately, Jose, yes, there are.
Okay. Yep. Well, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say something, but
say it.
I mean, if you're actually thinking that the world is flat, I mean, maybe you should be in a rubber room with a straitjacket.
Not necessarily. Wait, you really show up for this one, Jose. We might be able to convince you. You know what? You might be able to convince me I have a 4 head of hair. Okay. Marilyn Monroe. That's a good one, Denise. That's a good one. Because I heard something I heard not too long ago as well.
Well, I think she had an affair with JFK
and his brother, supposedly.
Yeah.
Maybe they did a threesome.
Yeah, I don't think it was they always do that. They always say it's an overdose or they take drugs and that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Latin, yes.
It sounds too convenient.
Life. I doubt that. Yeah, I think she knew too much. And I think she was a plant. I think they planted her there with him, to get information. I don't know what kind of information they thought. Because
maybe
talk about serious things. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, see, maybe she was a plant from Castro, or maybe from the Russians.
I don't know. She had an affair with both Kennedy brothers. Yep, Robert and John. Yeah. So I don't know. And then the son passed away. It's just crazy. And the only one that's I don't think he's the only one that's left. But Ted Kennedy's a drunk, and I think he's an alcoholic because he knew everything that went down, and the only way he could live with himself is to be an alcoholic. There's so much crap going on. There's a rumor about the CIA showing the new presidents and different angles of the JFK assassinations to freak them out into compliance. Shoot. They was trying to say how was it Lee Harvey Oswald that they accused of killing him? They was trying to say how he couldn't do it, how it couldn't have been him that did it, and what a coincidence. Who was it that killed? Right? Somebody killed him too, right?
Yeah. I think it was a bartender or worker in a bar or something.
Yeah, some random just came up to him and shot him, right?
No, he was when they apprehended. He was apprehended. It was someplace in Dallas. I think he was being taken
to court or something, or
something like
right?
that. The guy that killed him, I can't think of his name, but he was mob tied to do the shot. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kennedy was heavily involved with the mob at that time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's something to talk. Yeah, Denise, that sounds like a very good topic.
I'm surprised we don't hear a lot of talk on Donald Duck. And think about when he was doing his building in New York to the building of his casino that flopped in Atlantic City. There's no way that he wasn't tied with the mob. There's no way that he didn't do business with the Russians, the Italian. I just don't. I think a lot of these people are entangled with criminal organizations.
The Russians, I see more likely. The mob, I doubt it, because he's like waspy. He's a wasp. I don't think he would have dealt with that. I don't think he would have dealt with the mob. I think he would have definitely with the Russians, though.
Oh,
you know how the wasp looks at Italians, huh?
Actually, it was Jack Ruby that killed Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Sundown, what's up? Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Sundown.
Damn, that one fat. Oh, okay, there it is. Supposedly Jack Ruby paid leave. Really?
Irby, do yourself a favor and get yourself a real phone.
Like, I see you, Irby, when you come up here, but it doesn't give me the option to put you in, and so it's something with your phone.
Because he's using an Obama phone. That's what it is.
Okay. Also, who most likely blew up the pipeline from Russia to Germany in 2022? If I'm not mistaken, that's not. Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
That's interesting.
Yep. Kevin Costner, Magic Bullet. Oh my God. There's a lot of topics. This will be going on forever with the stuff that's out there, and then the stuff that comes out. I swear to you, every week something really good comes out all the time. And Denise just mentioned some old stuff. Maybe we should go from backwards, forwards, backwards, or just jump around. But I'm gonna think about that Patreon and see how I can do that, Denise. But that makes sense. That makes total sense. That'll be fun to do.
Maybe I might, join Patreon and have like a channel on that as well.
That'd be nice.
I have to figure out how to do it though, but
yeah, that's what I gotta do. I'm definitely subscribing. Thank you, Denise. I think I pinned it. I don't know if it's still up there, but I pinned the link to the page.
No, but I already subscribed as well.
Oh, thank you so much, Jose.
No problem. It's a real pleasure. We all gotta support each other.
For sure. And just interesting stuff. I mean, I don't know, just something that'll get our brains going and give us something to talk about without fighting each other and
Yeah.
you know.
You know what? A good conversation. Well, I don't know. I think it is. You may not. Is just the topic of cults from
I know you're very familiar with those.
yeah, especially
Yeah, we can
like some. There's a lot of examples. Let me think of something. Scientology in the Nation of Islam. You know, they are very heavily connected now. It's very strange ideologically. But yeah, cults and take for example, now this isn't necessarily a cult, but you could take for example Ronald Reagan when Reagan was in office. The amount of money that Reagan spent his administration on psychics and other people, political figures that spent millions on psychics. And that's, you might find articles like in old time magazines or something like that, or some old new articles on it. But it's like, what are they doing? You have political analysis, right? I'm saying that for sake of devil's advocate. If you have political analysis, why are you going to psychics? Why are you spending all this money on psychics?
Because they don't know nothing. And that means that psychics, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like almost like Ripley's Believe It or Not, because can you really believe this is for real? Like, can we? I don't know. I know that the authorities use psychics when they can't solve cases. So it's like, why would you? People say that that's like heresy, and that's it's not real, it's fake, and why would you invest in that? Like, you're right about that. Why would you invest in that? Why would you take their word for it? Oh, I dreamt this, so I see this, and I don't know. They know more than they lead us to believe. But I don't know. What's the name of your channel? Is it an OnlyFans? I pinned the link, Dusty. It's there. I pinned it.
Another one is the amount of money that the United States, Russia did too. Russia and the United States are the only ones I know who've done it, but U.S. spent millions on what the fuck do you call them people? These are people. Usually, they put them in a room, and they are able. Let's just say there was an airplane, and the airplane crashed, and I don't know, it crashed somewhere over the Amazon, and there was secret documents that crashed, and they're trying to remote viewers, is what they're called. These are people that they sit them in the room, and they're able to somehow mentally able to locate someone or something that's missing that the government needs. The U.S. spent millions on this.
That sounds like that like that what's that movie what's his name in The Risky Business dude? But he had three psychics in the water.
It sounds something you see in the movie Ghost.
Nah, not really. Miss Cleo, Sundown. Yeah, did that come out already? The movie on Miss Cleo?
That's that one.
Call me now. The video, they had a video of her actual voice. That's crazy. Call me now. What did you say? Tom Cruise. Yes, that's his name, Tom Cruise. What did you say, Cuban? They could spot you from the 5th floor apartment. She goes, got a movie. Yeah, there's a movie on her. I don't know if it's a Lifetime does it. Yeah, on Lifetime. See, I was right. Did we lose Cuban? Cuban, were you saying something? Or you on mute? Guess he's doing something.
Maybe he stepped away for a moment.
Yeah, I think he's back. Oh no, he went back. We are panoramic cameras. She has a movie. Yeah, there's a movie on her life. I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't know.
I think
Things
I
like
think
that.
Yo-Yo's playing her.
Who?
The rapper Yo no, not Yo-Yo, Lady of Rage. The lady, she was from Cali, the rapper. I believe she's
Afro
playing.
Puffs. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Even with my
Roughly.
glasses on, I can't see that far down. Oh my god. I'm gonna see if I can try to see that. I don't watch TV really that much anymore. I'll look at Netflix. I have Amazon Prime, but I don't really watch TV. So we'll see. Latinas dance salsa, kick kids' asses, and stir the rice all at the same time. That's right. Multitask. And be on the phone, Dusty. Remember your mom used to be on the phone with La Vecina or whomever just talking crap while she's doing all that stuff? Oh, man. Okay, I'm going on almost 3 hours.
That sounds like a special talent.
And our Hispanic mothers definitely had a bummer. Really, I thought folks with glasses could see concepts as if they were in for real. Those are those bifocals. I don't have we don't have any more else to I don't have anything else to cover. I don't think I have any more videos. Let me see. Do I have another video? I showed the shooter. There's a video that he had that I don't know that resurfaced. They said of something he was talking about, but I don't think it has anything to do with his murder. But let me play that. That's the last video I have anyway. So.
Our mission and values are focused on helping people live healthier lives and making the health system work better for everyone. Data is at the core of our agenda to improve healthcare, which directly influences how we develop innovative consumer solutions.
They keep saying that that's some video that resurfaced, but it's like, I don't know.
It's like a sales pitch.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that these insurance companies, along with the pharmaceutical companies, maybe the pharmaceutical companies should, look into what happened here, and maybe it could possibly happen to one of them because they have medications that people can't afford either. Well, I guess they're all tied into that between the insurance companies who don't cover certain medications, procedures, all that. I don't know. Maybe the society is gonna say, we're not having that. We have to find another solution. Obamacare doesn't. I don't think Obamacare really resolved anything. If you're on Medicaid, that doesn't really help either because you only, tied in with seeing certain doctors. You can go to Canada to get free healthcare, but who can afford to live there too? I heard it's really expensive. It's like you're screwed anywhere you go.
Yeah, Canada. The last time I was in Canada, their currency was a dollar above America's.
Wow.
Toronto, that was in 2002. Toronto at that time, it was more expensive to live there than Manhattan.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Denise is so young. She said, "Who the F is Miss Cleo?" Well, not even young. You wasn't in the country. Miss Cleo was a psychic who had a crystal ball. And she had a Jamaican accent. Call me now. That's what she used to say. Call me now.
Yeah, she wasn't even Jamaican. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
it was.
she wasn't. She was a whole actress. Oh man, she was a whole actress. And that is too funny. Like commercials back in the day. I'm telling you. You know what's killing our eyes though now is the computer and the cell phones. And there's another thing too with the cell phones, the radiation. I always said that. The radiation that's coming off the cell phones and the earphones, oh, that's killing you too. That's what I'm saying. They're getting us on every end. And they said this.
Okay, do you know what it's like when you have like an office job and you're behind a computer a good portion of the day? What I do is like during the day, I'll step away every so often because I cannot be sit down in front of the computer for a whole 7 hours. That would they'll be so depressing. And plus, I don't deal with clients, so basically, I'm just behind the computer, and plus, my knees and everything like that. So I have to walk away. I have to walk. So what I'll do is I'll just take walks, maybe 3 or 4 times a day, around the floor, just to keep myself, refreshed and maintain my sanity.
And are you looking at your cell phone while you're taking these walks?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because if we're not staring at the computer, we're staring at our cell phones.
No. What I'll do is I'll leave my cell phones at my desk.
That EMF sticker too, Denise. I where do you get one? Because I saw that advertised, but they get you with that too. Like, okay, everybody's gonna start trying to buy EMF stickers, and it's gonna be fake ones. Like, how do we know we're actually getting the legit thing, and how do we know that the price that we're paying for it? Like, is it really worth $5? Is it worth $50? You have to get one. Like that's how they get us. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, is it fact or fiction? Which one is true? Which one is the real deal? Like, you'll go on Amazon and Amazon said they'll sell it. No, I'm gonna go on Shein and Shein's gonna sell it for $10 cheaper. Like, they get us with all that EMF. What you call me?
Okay, excuse me, but what's EMF?
It's a sticker you can put on your phone that'll keep the radiation from getting, I guess, it minimizes the amount of radiation that would affect you. Like, every time you hold your cell phone,
yeah,
you're getting your radiation is going into your body. So if you got that EMF sticker, that minimizes the amount of radiation that you would.
Does that include the flip phones?
Who has a flip phone?
Well, I don't know, but believe it or not, there's still people out there that actually have a flip phone. I mean, why? I don't know.
The people that want to be off the grid.
Well,
so now you're so young. Dusty, we're the old heads here, man. Me, you, and Blood Moon, and Jose. My bad, and Jose. What?
Yeah. Well, I'm the senior citizen of the panel. I'm 62.
Yeah, you're definitely the elder of the whole group. There are readers too that can confirm which one blocks the EMFs. Yep. El mother flower.
But I'm looking forward to the time when I'm able to retire.
Blood Moon, but if he's 40, he was born when? He was born in the 90s?
If he's 40, that was like 84.
84? Oh, he was born in the 80s. Okay. Sundown, you old.
What are you talking about?
That you're not a youngster anymore?
Oh. I mean, I still feel like I'm 15 years old.
Really?
Let me tell you something. I this shit that I be hearing men talking about, I'm past 45 and like, I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. I feel 15. I'm just 46 years old. Like, I mean, like, I'm going bald and I got some grays. I dyed my beard and it is what it is. But I don't feel like, put you like this, I don't feel like if I had to fight 3 people that I wouldn't, that I'm gonna like break my hip. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you have to fight those 3 people first to see if you still got it, because that's when you find out. Like, I don't feel as young as I thought I did until I fought this. But everything works. I don't know, Dusty. They say after a man hits 40, 45, that no se le para. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't feel that. I don't feel none of that. What they be talking about.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
Okay. First of all,
people usually say they feel young. Okay.
First of all, guys, I know. First, the thing is, I know I'm old. Okay. I'm 62 years old, so my young days are way over. I mean, I'm more closer to my sunset than my sunrise.
Blood Moon said, I felt young until I was 40. Now I'm old and washed and wasted. What do you mean? Mike Tyson 46? Mike Tyson is 59, buddy.
How can you hold
Let me
it?
chill.
I think, you know, I think as Cubans we have
El gallito ya no pica.
we got some genetic, we got like genetic powers. I mean, look at Yoel Romero, 47 years old. That dude, man, you can hit him with a truck. He's just gonna fall over and get up. Like I don't know. I'm just joking about that. It was a corny joke, but I don't. I think it's all mental. I think age. I think with
Hell no, it's not all mental.
I
It's
think
physical
when
too.
I think when a person dwells on something, they begin to believe it. If you sit there and say, "I'm old, I'm not gonna be able to do this," when you keep thinking you can't, you're gonna, you know. So a man thinketh, so shall he be. It's mental. I think there's certain things that absolutely is physical. It's not mental. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But a lot of shit is just mental, man. It's a fucking age. You know?
Well, I do know I look young. I look more youthful than my age, but I'm still 62. So.
Sundown, why do you think Mike Tyson shouldn't have fought Jake Paul?
Oh my gosh.
Because I think Jake Paul's the one that took the L on that. Mike Tyson, I mean, he's old. He got the bag regardless, and he just played along. Like, I don't know.
Listen, that shit was such just a money grab. I mean, that's all that was. I mean, you can clearly see the fight that Tyson had so many opportunities to unleash combinations from hell on that man's face. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, I'm not buying the story. Difference. It's 30 years. Let me tell you something. When I was 30, I met men that were 30 years older than me that would have mopped the floor with me. There's just no question about it. Again, it's an age thing. You know, like, that was, we're talking 58 years old, 56 victories. I think he had like 6 losses, professional. Somewhere in that number. All right, high number of KOs. And because he's 58 years old, he's incapable of fighting someone 30 years younger than him and winning. Have you not seen him train? He still moves fast. He still hits hard. Like, so you're going to say that this dude, Jake Paul, a YouTube personality, Johnny Come Lately, gets in the ring. He's had wins with people that I don't buy. I don't buy he beat Nick Diaz. I just don't buy that shit. I've seen Jake Paul, Nick Diaz, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, anybody else, and you see when has he had a real fight like these dudes?
He hasn't. That's what I'm saying. He took the L with that. Now, Irby said that he thinks Mike Tyson needed the money. I don't think Mike Tyson needed the money. Mike Tyson's not broke. I don't think he's broke at all.
Man, he ain't broke, but
I don't think he's. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he's broke.
Maybe he was just doing it just to think it's an exercise, or
I think he just did. The fight was a money grab with a script and no knockout clause. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just like free money because Mike Tyson could have knocked him out if he wanted to. I think, and granted, he's not the Mike Tyson, from 30 years ago, but he's still like a heavy hitter to me. I mean, fighting Jake Paul.
We're looking at the Mike Tyson that licks the toad and does shrooms and smokes weed Mike Tyson. We're not looking at cocaine, heroin, quadruple orgy Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mike Tyson was a beast. Like, I think he should have done fucking straight 8-ball before he got in that ring and shit just fucking beat the shit out of that dude. He probably did some shrooms or something. Was too calm.
He's worth over $5 million. That's not broke. Now, who's gonna fight that guy? Tyson? I thought it was Jake Paul, and I thought that the guy didn't want to fight him or something. I love toxic women. Here's the pin number to my Dollar Tree card. I don't know. Jake Paul needs to fight Tank. He won't, Irby. He knows he'll lose. He may own property, but not cash in the bank. The property still is still looking cash. 80s Mike Tyson was scary. Hell yeah, he was. Mike maybe has 20 million today, if that much. That's why he needed the money. So who just said 500 mil?
I don't know, because he got his own grade of weed, and he got his products. I mean, I bought his wraps and shit. I think that he overpriced.
Tyson?
Yeah, his wraps are too overpriced. Seriously, like, and they're not even.
That's because his name is on it. That's because his name is on it.
That's all. Yeah. And I apologize for the overusage of profanity with action verbs. And and I don't advocate cocaine usage. I apologize.
No, that's true. See, he said Jake Paul has not fought anyone in their prime. That's why I think like he's the one that took the L. Like that wasn't to me, like him being that young, I wouldn't want to fight somebody that old. You're still fighting Mike Tyson. Like you need to, in order to redeem yourself, you need to fight somebody who's popping now, somebody who's the heavyweight champion now. Tyson was worth almost $5 million. Okay. And he went broke. All right. Jake Paul only fights the graveyard of boxers.
Whoa.
With $17. Dusty, just don't buy her no Popeye's chicken. That's me and you, okay? No Popeye's chicken for Denise. Can you imagine Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva in his prime? I don't know who that is.
Anderson Silva was a fighter in UFC. He's a Brazilian dude. He was what was he? Middleweight.
Oh, okay.
He was phenomenal fighter. This dude, phenomenal fighter.
Okay. Should buy our daydreams, Dusty. After prison and the Holyfield fights made films to come back and earn money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I thought he had money. Like I didn't think he was like maybe I guess not rich. Oh, and also what's his name? What was the promoter's name? With the hair, with the crazy hair?
Oh, you talking about Don King?
Yeah, Don King took a lot of his money too, right?
Yeah, Mike Tyson whooped his ass outside the Beverly Hills Hotel.
No way.
Wow. That's what he did. He did Tyson. He did Tyson 30, man.
He did a lot of people. I mean, that was his thing, right? So, but I know if Mike Tyson was worth that much back then, I know that he took a whole lot more out of him.
You know what's crazy is there is fighters. I think like Larry Holmes is one of them. There's a few fighters that were managed, and they ain't got nothing bad to say about Don King. I think it was it's kind of like if me and you knew somebody, and I'm like, yo, that person's a dick, and you're like, nah, they cool as hell. It's just I guess it depends on the interaction. It depends on the relationship. But he probably thought that Tyson wasn't smart. He probably thought because he talked with a lisp and his voice was squeaky. He probably thought he was some dumb dude. Right.
Tyson was breaking everyone in his camp off. Don King rip off Ali. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And that did not go well because they did not care about him. Of course they didn't. They're only around to and that's sad, right? Because of the people in his camp, that means those people that he grew up with. And yeah, they were just around for the money. And then once the money's gone, it's a wrap.
Is Don King still alive?
Don King? What?
Is Don King still alive?
No, I heard you, Jose. What did people say?
Nah, I said they
Is
move
it?
on to the next person. You know,
Oh yeah,
to,
yeah.
you know, make money.
But is Don King still alive? I don't even know if he's still
Yeah,
alive.
he's still alive.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm. Yeah, Don King gotta be like 99 years old. Oh, you know who I'm gonna talk about too? Also, the wrestling dude, McMahon.
Oh, Vince
You
McMahon.
mean Vince McMahon or Linda McMahon?
Yes, he's a big time. Oof. Es un sucio to the thousandth power. I am the left me because I'm the opposite. Plus, if you spend money on 30 cars, 10 houses, and 100 hoes, you're gonna go broke. For sure. Don King alive. He was Trump's. Oh, really? He was at Trump's rally? Shit. Okay, Denise, thank you so much for stopping by, and I appreciate
Yes.
your intake on that. And I'm gonna definitely see how I can get that Patreon going, but definitely at that channel, I'm gonna be uploading a lot of videos. So
Yes.
stay
Good night.
tuned.
Good night, Denise. Take care.
Good night, Denise. Oh man, but you driving home, Cuban?
Robert.
You driving home? Sounds like you driving.
Oh, my fault. Let me mute out. Is it loud?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm
That's
driving.
okay. No, that's all right. That's not no. I was just asking.
Well, yeah, you know what? Y'all might be witnesses in case y'all can be audio witnesses in case some crazy person runs me off the road. Cause
Oh damn!
somebody
scary.
somebody almost just hit the side of my car a little bit ago. They can't drive.
Really?
Wow.
They can't be any worse than Texas. The troll hair. Is his hair still sticking up? Huh?
In Miami, the Cubans and the Haitians, they are the worst.
Hey, don't talk about the Cubans. You can talk about the Haitians.
They're the worst drivers, yo. Banana shit. Like, I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Oh man. In Texas, they're bad. And the speed limit is over 70, so it's like it's worse. And then you got 6-lane highways. So it gets a little scary, you know?
Well,
Irby's laughing. Irby, can you drive? Or are you one of those badass drivers?
well, if he can't afford a decent phone, how can he afford a car?
What? Irby can't afford a car?
No, if he can't afford a decent phone, how can he afford a car?
Well, I was gonna say because you need a car in Florida, don't you? That's like living in Texas. You need a vehicle because public transportation out here is like I mean, well, I guess where I'm at, I think in Houston they have trains and buses that run regularly, but not where I'm at.
I'll tell you, because you gotta have a car in Florida. I personally, I like not having the vehicle better. It's like the vehicle is, say for example, you go food shopping, right? The car is handy at that point because you can put, the bags in the car versus carrying them or putting them in a shopping cart and pushing them around and shit. But other than that, it's it's a bill, but it's a bill that car note, man, that car note, the insurance, is shit like that. It's.
But you have to have it. You have to have it unless you know. And I don't even finance anymore. I try to lease. Let me knock on wood, because I don't want to have to worry about it after 30 or 40,000 miles that you got to do all this crap to your freaking car. Just put me in another one because I'm gonna have the car note regardless. Just put me in a new car, and all I gotta do is the oil change. That's the most I gotta do.
Yeah, because my car got repoed last year. I was paying
You sound like my son, Irby. Go ahead.
I was paying like $725 for a 2020 Impala.
Get the hell out of here.
Yo, like this ain't no Maserati. I mean, I love the car, but I just like, you know what? I'm paying $725 a month plus the car insurance plus my other bills.
So that's like so just to drive, you're paying like $1,000 probably. Hell no, no way. And it's getting worse because they're charging you a lot more for used cars now. So it's not even worth it.
Like I like older cars better because they're easier to fix. They ain't no damn computer in it. Like I'll take an 81 Chevy Malibu, you know, or I'll take a damn Chevy Nova, 68 Nova over any brand new car they got out today.
68 Nova?
Hell yeah.
My friend's dad used to drive a Nova, cherry red Nova. And I swear, man, he used to keep that car spotless. We used to see him outside. He'd be by the fire hydrant there, and he'd clean his car. We was like, okay, where we going after you clean that car? Yeah, we used to watch him clean that car all the time. Auctions, buy it cash, fix things yourself. Dusty, who knows how to fix a car these days? Nobody knows how to. Shit, not even change a tire. Oh, God forbid. I'd be scared out here. Like, if I get stuck out here by myself, there's certain parts in Texas that there's no lights at all. You can't see your freaking hand in front of you, and no cell signals. You'll be screwed. Screwed if you're stuck out here. Irby says he drives his mother's car perfectly. I know that's what my son says too. You better, Irby. She'll kick your ass. All right, people. I'm at 3 hours, so I'm at my limit. I said I was gonna only go 2, maybe an hour or 2. So I'm at 3. So if you guys have any closing statements, I would like to shut this down. And I appreciate you guys for hitting the panel and keeping me company, so I don't choke to death since I'm sick.
Well, first of all, it was a real pleasure to talk with you and Cuban Crisis. Thank you very much for allowing me on your platform. And of course, I got to plug my channel. So if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. So I do talk about a lot of interesting topics. So please check me out. And thank you very much.
Drop your link in the chat.
I don't know how to do that though.
You don't know how to do this? Yeah, I'll do it, Jose.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Cuban, you don't have a channel to plug, huh?
Well,
you don't have a channel to plug. I guess my closing statement is, Morena, when you come to bed, bring me some water and Febreze. Oh my God, stinky. No farting under the covers. Cuban, how many channels you've had since I've known you? You've had 3 channels.
No, my channel's still up.
It is.
Yeah, it's just I got like I don't know 11, 13 videos on it now, but I'm gonna start the other channels when I get my computer.
Okay.
But
that's why you just can't go live. That's what it is. Okay, that's right. Your computer.
Yeah. But I appreciate you having me on.
Of
and I'm
course.
sorry for the profanity and.
That's okay. I get caught up like that when I'm talking to other people. You know, Cubans got dirty mouths. But
I can't fucking help it. You know, like
yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate it. I want to hold you up because tomorrow was Sunday. You know, you gotta get to church.
Who? Yang?
Yep.
Not me. Thank you, Dusty. Thank you for sharing. Show up to that conspiracy theory channel, Dusty. I'm gonna try to go live. I guess since they said I don't need to have a certain amount of subs. I'm gonna try to go live. But how does that work, Cuban? So I can use StreamYard from my other channel. This same StreamYard from my other channel.
Yeah. So basically, like you can StreamYard or Restream now. StreamYard. They just jacked up the price like $20 extra, you know, just for
I'm on the free plan. That's why you see that stupid duck there, because I'm not gonna pay for it. Thank you, Irby. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, Dusty. Huh?
I don't know if they're gonna well, eventually you're not gonna have the free use of it. I think they give you like 2 months. But I use Restream. Is the one I use. It's cheaper, and I kind of me personally I kind of like better. I like Restream a little better than StreamYard, but it's basically the same thing. It's just a little different.
I gotta look at it. But no, I'm not paying anything now. They still have the StreamYard still has the free plan. I just don't have no overlays and then the other bells and whistles that I used to have. And I had a $10 plan, so I'm not paying StreamYard. What is that? I think it's like $300 and something a year or $45 a month plus tax. Get the hell out of here. Good night, Jose. Thank you so much again for stopping by. I'm not paying that. I don't be on here that much. Huh?
It's only worth that depending on technical things that you want to do to be able.
And if you have a huge audience,
but if you're not streaming a lot, there's no point.
Exactly.
Like for example, you don't stream like you used to stream, so
yep.
I would just stick with the free. Now, if you're gonna stream more often, then I can see like the basic plan, because then it's like
the basic plan is a lot of money. The basic plan is a lot of money. Good night, Roy Chess. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much for stopping by, Roy Chess. Nice to see you.
Well, that's one reason I went to Restream over StreamYard, was because of the prices.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go check that out and see if I can learn Restream, because then you gotta I tried another one. It starts with an E or something, and that one was I have it set up. It's a little complicated. So
that's the one I was wanting to check out. I forget the name of it, but I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, I set up an account. I'll try it one day, but I don't like to have to learn new things. I like things to stay the same. Blah blah blah. So that's me. I'm like, oh man, I gotta learn this stuff all over again. I'm technically challenged, Okay, I'm coming, Dusty. I'm coming. Pause. I'm gonna bring your water. But yeah, so I'll send you the link to that thing too. The other one, the one that starts with an E. It's
hey, look,
I think it's $20.
If I come across some stuff, I'll send it to you.
Okay. So it's nice having you. I'm gonna shut it down. Get home safe. And yeah, it's been real. Good night. No, good morning. Thank you everybody for stopping by and going over this unfortunate scene with Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, and let's see how this all unravels and what the authorities come up with next. Because to me it's a circus, so we'll see. Thank you, Dusty. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by and spending some time with me to go over this unfortunate killing. So Dusty, thank you for stopping by. Roy Chess, Jose, Sundown, Cuban, Blood Moon, Fulana, Denise, Ramon, Joey, Third Ward Colombian, Hood Therapy, Trooper 69, Daniel Berry. I hope I didn't forget anybody. I think I got everybody that showed up. Irby, oh my God, Irby, I almost left you out. And anybody that I left out, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little old, so I forget stuff. But thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully the next time I come on won't be so long from now, like the last time. I think I was on live about 2 months ago. So thank you so much for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you guys on my Conspiracy Theory channel. And what'd you say, Dusty? Oh, there was a Joey. That's right. Your name is Joey. No, not you, though. The first person who showed up on my stream's name is Joey as well, Dusty. Aleem. I'm sorry, Aleem. Thank you for stopping by, Aleem. You were the one that I forgot. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Have a good evening, morning. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.